And you're in the Desert Storm bunker with Hollywood CGA.
Legends ain't born, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Legends ain't born, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor.
What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another YouTube live stream. Shout out to the Coach Gang.
And that's you.
For being in here, being involved, and being active on this YouTube channel. And welcome back to the Coach Greg Adams channel, the internationally known and recognized symbol of YouTube excellence and edutainment. It is not the Boss Up Show, but we'll call it that. It's not part of the Free Agent Lifestyle podcast. It is not part of the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. But you're in here with the Bruce Wayne of this ish. You're looking at the undisputed King of Kings, the King of Content, and the Speaker of Truth, the never exposed, yours truly, the Notorious One, and still, aka Mr. Coachellini, better known as the Prognosticator, Coach Stradamus. And you're in Ling Ling Long, Hong Kong, with none other than EWF. That is every woman's fantasy and Hollywood CGA, also known as the whole fucking show. You're looking at the CEO Niggero of Fixes Binds LLC. You're looking at the Unbinder, the Ling Ling Unbinder, the undebatable, the undisputed best entertainment here on YouTube. You can call me Senor Gregorio Graybeard. The Ling Lings in Hong Kong love to call me.
Your third leg was just
Mr.
phenomenal.
Third Leg Greg. Also the man with one trabajo. That is the ecclesiastical Mitch Slapper. You're looking at the anointed one.
Acknowledge me.
You're looking at the founding father of the After Pill. The junior college sociologist, the Morpheus of the Mating Matrix, the chocolated Confucius, the Black Moses, the deliverer, also known as the man that ecclesiastically walks in the spirit of Elijah. I'm the man with more nicknames than anyone in the game, but in case you forget those names, just call me the Notorious One, CGA, See God Allah. You can also call me the Benevolent Monarch. You can also call me the Lord of the Lings, James Bind, Malo Poppy, Hentai CGA, or See God Allah, and the 14-time demonetized champion of YouTube. Ling Tour 2.0 continues, and we got one more ecclesiastical day here in Hong Kong before we head to Vietnam. All right, we're going to Vietnam next.
I took I shut the fuck
Okay,
up.
we're going to Vietnam next.
What kind of fuck you give me?
Vietnam, we're on our way.
American people, 8 kind of fuck. Love fuck, hate fuck, sex only fuck, breakup fuck, makeup fuck, drunk fuck, buddy fuck, pity fuck.
And I will be bringing 8 kind of fucks to Vietnam, that's for sure.
What kind of fuck you give me?
I will definitely be bringing 8 kind of fucks, but I'm not just going there to fuck Vietnamese women. I'm going to go there to tour to see what Vietnam has to offer. I got my visa all set. I had visa problems last time. All right. At the last ditch effort, my visa came in right before the flight. Okay. All right. Okay. So last time I was scheduled to go to Vietnam, but it just messed up. It just got messed up. But anyway, at the end of it, we finally got the visa situation set up. So we're headed to Vietnam. And as an emergency, I was going to go to Thailand if my visa didn't go right. It's hard to get into Vietnam. It's hard to get into Vietnam. Your visa situation is a little bit different. Every other place, you get an arrival visa and it's fine. Vietnam, communist Vietnam still, all right, a little bit tough. But either way, we got it going on. And we're going to have an ecclesiastical time baptizing young Vietnam women.
What kind of fuck you give me?
Vietnamese women. And we're going to eat some Vietnamese food, and we're going to be hanging out in Saigon and Ho Chi Minh and possibly Da Nang, all right, if we have a little bit of time. But sometimes we don't have a little bit of time. Anyway, we got a great show for you today. We're going to kick it. We got industry, MAHI. India Love says she's tired of asking for men. She's tired of men asking for discounts and being cheap. She's talking about you broke niggas. Just so you guys want to know, you broke niggas. Niggy. All right. She's tired of dealing with broke niggas asking for discounts and deals. And we're going to go over that, the irony of this, because 3 weeks ago, she was just crying, talking about she's going to turn her life over to the Lord and have her sins all washed away and be redeemed. All right. We're going to talk about that. Anyway, I don't know. We also have a woman. Her name is, do I have this part set up? Maybe I didn't set this part up. Let's see what I got here. No, it's not set up. We have a Gen Z woman breaking down, talking about she cannot find love.
Nope.
All right. She can't find love because you niggas won't love her and give her genuine burning desire. All right. She got coming up here. She's a light skin too. All right, wait till you see these women out here looking for love. You know what? One of my favorite songs is from SWV. It's an interlude. And for my SWV fans out here, and if any of the SWV members watch me, Coco, all right, whatever y'all other hoes' names are, all right, I'm not hoes. I respect you, ladies. All right, but it's a song, it's an interlude called Where is the Love? Where is the love that you promised me? All right. All right, where's the love that you promised me? Well, Gen Z women looking for genuine burning desire, but you niggas aren't in love, apparently. All right, we got that going on here. We also have coming up here a woman that says she used to work as an escort. She now has a loyal boyfriend who doesn't care about her past. All right, she's been going famous and viral based on the fact that she used to be a sex worker. I believe she's a retired sex worker, but she still sells sex worker coursework, all right, to teach women how to be a sex worker. All right, we're going to talk about that. We're not going to promote her too much, but we have that. And she has a loyal boyfriend. Guess what race he is? All right, you'll never guess. All right, it's not the usual suspects. And what else do we got here to cover? Oh, we have the ecclesiastical European women, all right, aka skeezers, all right, talking about how they skis on vacation. We're going to get some conversation related to that and much, much more. Oh, and he have pimping. All right, we got pimping in the building. We're going to learn about the ism for the show for Shiggity. We're going to learn about that ism for the people who don't know what that ism about. All right, but anyway, to contribute to today's show, it is $, the Notorious CGA. That's on the Cash App. It is Venmo, Coach Greg Adams TV. It is PayPal, paypal.me/Coach Greg Adams. And that is somewhere near the top of the description box on the Coach Greg Adams channel, but you can super chat by clicking the link on the top of the live chat. New world order on the Coach Greg Adams channel, but it's not posted. All right, let me see if I can tag it up here. All right, I'm going to pin the message up here. But before we do that, all right, let me see here. I got to respond to a message here. All right. So anyway, what we got going on here? We got KT the King, the magnificent KT the King is in the building. Shout out to you and thank you for being a mod, a wonderful mod over here on my channel. We really appreciate you over here, KT the King. After all these years, he's an original Coach Gang member. Shout out to the KT the King. Let's see if there's any other content creators out here or any contributors to today's show. Speaking of content creators, go give a man supporting men your follow and like over on Instagram. All right. I do know he has an Instagram. I'm not sure if he has a YouTube. It wouldn't surprise me if he did, but go ahead and give him a subscribe or a follow over on Instagram, a man supporting men. All right. He be going viral over there. Shout out to you. Shout out to our brother. Did I get Rusty? Pause. All right. I think I got Rusty. All right. Let me see here. And a man supporting man says a real man will kiss her on the lips and eat that cookie with a smile on his face. Nasty boys. All right. We got nasty boys in the building. Okay. Or city boys.
City boy, city boy.
All right. We were talking about what a woman does with her mouth out here. All right. She be doing that thing with her mouth around here. All right. Let me see if PayPal allows me to log in. Oh, they've been really tripping on me, man. They've been really tripping on your boy out here in these internet streets. We do have some Cash App love. Do we? Maybe it's too early. Yeah, it's, you know what? We're on the Coach Greg Adams channel. That's what happens. All right. Yeah, we will probably have how many people watching right now? It says 300. Yeah, you know, it's a little bit slower over here on the Coach Greg Adams channel. So everybody don't have time to kick in as of now. But you better kick in later. I'm gonna stop the fucking show. All right. But let me see here. I'm gonna see what PayPal is doing. PayPal has a new logo. All right, that's what I'm seeing here. All right, let's see if there's any PayPal love. Let's see what we got here. All right. I got to do it like this. Oh, we do have Martin Muhammad. Martin already says, just wanted to speak to your generosity, but I couldn't find the words. So I'll say like Denzel, my nigga. All right, shout out to you, man, my nigga. Nigga. All right, shout out to my nigga, homie that I went to school with. Got more love for me here. All right, somebody said the East Coast niggas are sleeping. Well, you know, East Coast boys, I know, man, it's 10 o'clock for you guys. Is it 10 p.m. down in the East Coast? Let me check my time. Yeah, it's about 10:30. Yeah, it's time for y'all East Coast niggas to go to sleep. But I will say for you East Coasters, the thing is, y'all get a pass during the morning show because the morning show for the East Coast people comes on at 11:15, right? 11:15 in the morning, which is pretty much afternoon. So y'all get to go through your whole morning routine, get to work, you know what I mean? Put on your work vest and your hard hat. You know what I mean? You get to get already lined up. Your day's all lined up. You didn't have breakfast. Your breakfast and settled. You didn't took a shit, right? And you already cool, 11:15 a.m. You're like, Coach about to come on. But you know, the West Coast people, it's 8:15. These niggas ain't washed the cold out their eye. They ain't brushed their teeth yet. All right. They still walking like a zombie trying to get a cup of coffee. They trying to listen to me while getting ready. You know what I mean? They taking a shower, brushing their teeth. All right. They barely took a shit yet. They ain't take a shit, nothing. 8:15. That nigga like, Coach gonna be on. Man, I gotta wake up in the morning on my day off. All right. So y'all been literally getting a pass on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. You know what I mean? Y'all get to be just relaxed, getting your feet up. I get you all the way to 4 o'clock in the motherfucking afternoon. Okay. I can get you through your whole work day. Okay. I get you through your whole work day on the East Coast. Nigga be like, yeah, I get in the office. I take my meeting. All right. I have the secretary suck my dick. All right. Then Coach comes on. He take me to 4 in the afternoon. Nigga get back on the train. All right, y'all good. Y'all like, this is a great fucking show. We love Coach. All right, niggas on the West Coast like, oh, this nigga up. Oh, 8:15. Oh, I got to get up. Oh, shit. Nigga still dreaming. So, hey, at some point, the West Coast people got to get some favor. It's 7:25 on the West Coast. Y'all just kicking it, chilling. Y'all like, cool. This would be must-see TVA, must-see CGA in the building, must-see CGA. They just chilling. They wasn't going to do shit tonight. They like, cool, let's just watch Coach. East Coast niggas like, God damn, I don't even go to sleep. This nigga up. He going to be up for 2 hours. All right, anyway. Shout out to the East Coast people taking the L the last 2 streams. But I got to be back on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel because I can't be disappearing too much because once you're not consistent, people stop watching you. All right, so I got to give my love to the brothers over there on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel and still show that I'm alive over there, because people be like, Coach dead, the New World Order got him, a Ling done got him and got his liver. You know how they be. Anyway, let's get into it. We got our brother Brandon, a great supporter over the last few weeks. He said, this is some change for the GOAT and continue to conquer. Salute to Lord Ling Khan. All right, putting Ling hands on Ling's hips. I'm gonna tell you, man, one thing though, the Chinese people here were wonderful people over in Hong Kong, but I'm gonna give it a pass. Yeah, that's all I'll say. All right, anyway, let's continue. Let's continue over here, but shout out to you. And shout out to Jay McGee, says, what's up, coach? I got 4 hours left to drive tonight. Didn't have nothing else to watch. Thank you for popping up. I'm up here. You got 4 hours left to drive. I'm going to get you until at least half of it. I'm going to get you to at least half of it. All right, let's get into the show. Remember about Houston Tens? All right, there was a guy who used to say, and he came on to my show years ago, many years ago, one of the best inside jokes that we have is this guy said, there's a lot of tens in Houston. Coach, man, there's a lot of tens in Houston. Remember that? If you're a Coach Gang member, you remember the tens in Houston joke. Okay, the tens in Houston's. So I've been, by the way, people can't fool me about your city. You know what I mean? I've been to every major city. I've been to almost all the top 10. I think the top 10 most populated cities in America. I've been to everyone except Jacksonville, and I know I don't need to go there. All right, but I've been to almost every other city in Florida, so it's like I've been to Jacksonville. All right, so I've been to Tallahassee, I've been to Orlando, I've been to Miami, I've been to Fort Lauderdale, I've been to any other place over there. I mean, I've driven through the Panhandle. All right, I've been to Daytona. Like, you know what I mean? I've been to other places in Miami, so I kind of will count Jacksonville. Other than that, what people try to do to you is they try to assume that you don't get outside and you haven't traveled. So then they will tell you things about their city and they'll lie on their city. And then when you don't know, you actually you're wondering, okay, maybe I'm missing something. And then you want to go there because this person hypes up the city. You know, the Passport Bros did that for many years. You got to be here. And then all of a sudden, soon as you collect up the money to be there, they change. They in Peru now. All right, they didn't left Brazil. Now they in Peru. You're like, what happened? Oh, man, it's washed up over there. All right, you got to get to the DR. You got to get to the DR. As soon as you save up a little money and go to the DR, them niggas is in Cambodia. And you're like, what happened? Right? As soon as you save up a little bit of money to go to Cambodia, them niggas is in Laos. You're like, what happened? Oh, man, Cambodia washed. All right, it's Laos. All right, and then they start hyping up these other cities and shit. By the time you try to chase the motherfucking rabbit, all right, you done ran out of money. All right, you're like, what the fuck? All right, I done been down there the first time in South Sua. South Sua is whack now. It's washed up. All right, yeah, but nigga, you told me for years to come to South Sua. So what people will do is they will act like you don't know, and then they will keep you chasing a rabbit. Oh, nigga, your trip ain't nothing unless you've been to Cambodia. All right, yeah, but I was in Thailand. You told me Thailand was lit. Now, here's the thing. Somebody says, yeah, then they be in Africa the next week. But here's the thing. What people will do is act like you never been to their city, and then they will say things about their city. And I got to call the bullshit out because I'm like, nigga, I've been to Houston like 11 times. I lived in Baton Rouge for a year. So I used to go to Houston all the time. And I've been to Houston even before that. And after that, I was in Houston last year. And I've been to the city. Yes, every city has wonderful women. But when people say this city got a lot of tens, I got to take exception to the rule because it's Houston, nigga. It's Houston. Do they have beautiful women there? Yes. Do they have beautiful women? Basically, the beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Sure. But I gotta call you out. And there was even a female content creator, a white girl who basically, well, I can't tell you what she used to do in her past life, but I mean, maybe she can tell you. She even hit me up and said, yeah, I'm from Houston, coach. He kind of stretching the rule, but there are some pretty women here. And I said, yeah, there are pretty women everywhere. I got it. Okay. But tens is really stretching the rules here. With that being said, that sets up the Straggle and Sniggle Theater. So we're going to do some segments today. Let's get it.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me. You can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky. Come get high with me. That's a deal, right?
Straggle and Sniggle Theater, do me a favor. Just give me the lights. Don't pass a scroll. Mugga, 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 mugga. Straggle and Sniggle Theater. We got Houston, Texas here. We got a gentleman that says this right here about women in Houston. This is the baddest woman in Houston. This is what he says here. So let's take you to it. Right here, it says right here, treat her right and she'll upgrade your life. All right, treat her right and she'll upgrade your life. Playing the video.
Hey, look, when you in Houston, this is where all the baddies at, okay? This is where all the baddies come. Come here, baby, come here, come here. You see this right here? This is Houston Finest right here. This is where all the baddies come to eat. Now, look, we're gonna go in there and have a good time, right?
See, now this is what I'm talking about because he said this is Houston's finest. Now, take a look at the guy here. Listen, I'm not here to disrespect the guy. Listen, I mean, I don't know what's going on with the eyebrows. I don't know what's going on with the blouse you got on, but that's very Houston. All right. But I know a lot of black dudes will be like, Coach, man, you don't like black women. That's a beautiful black woman. And I'll be like, nigga, nah, I don't know where you're looking at, bro. All right, but this tells me you ain't been nowhere. And by the way, you need to get to the gym, homie. You need to get to the gym. You looking a little puffy around here. But let's see what we got here just for men on the eyebrows. That's evil work. All right, that's evil work. And yeah, all right, he got the fake herringbone. He got the fake Cuban link like CGA. So I'll give him that. All right, so let's see what he's talking about here. All right, he might be one of the baddies he's talking about because Lord have mercy. Prince is rolling around in his grave right now, but let's take a listen.
You see this right here?
Right here.
This is Houston Finest right here.
Oh my.
What the hell? Oh my God. No way.
I told you. Them niggas in Houston be lying. Them niggas in Houston be lying. Because there's a lot of 10s here. And I've been to the mall. I've seen some good looking women in Houston. All right, but this is Straggle and Sniggle Theater here.
What the hell? Oh my God. No way.
Whoa. I mean, come on, bruh. All right. Do you see what the fuck I'm looking at right here? All right. I know you see what's going on right here. This is not one of Houston's finest right here.
Oh, the humanity.
I mean, this is definitely built like somebody's mama. All right. She built like somebody's mama. Her hair is shiny. It's not her real hair, more than likely. Her hair is very good here. But wowzers, I mean, this would be a bad night for CGA. Just letting you know. This would be a night I'm not going to remember. All right. I don't want to remember this night after going in on this. Clapping these cheeks ecclesiastically. This is not going to be one that I'm going to note high on my body count. Look at that. Oh, my goodness. All right. Jesus.
Oh, the humanity.
All right, man. The Songmeister done got her. And this is where black dudes will be like, see, Coach, you just don't like black women. By the way, the comments went in on this woman. Okay. And look at this. I mean, look at this couple right here.
Oh, the humanity.
I mean, what are we doing?
Ninjas. As if we didn't have enough problems in this city.
Oh, my Lord. I mean, this is the definition of strag. No strag policy. That's a wig or a hairpiece. I don't know what's going on there. This wonderful black woman here. And oh, not these shoes. All right, these are poor women high heels right here. Man, damn, at least dress her up, bruh. Put some money on the baddie.
So all the baddies come to eat. Now look, we're gonna go in there and have a good time, right?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, the humanity.
This is what they say is the baddest woman in oh, the baddest woman in Houston. Oh, Houston. Houston, we have a problem, all right?
Oh, the humanity.
We have a problem. I don't want to hear anybody tell me that Houston got baddies. I don't want to hear any of you niggas. All right. And yes, I'm talking to you niggas.
The real problem is niggerism. That's the real problem.
I cannot hear any of you niggas from Houston talk and tell me what y'all got going on in Houston, nigga. And for the men, I want you to realize everybody's hyping up somewhere else like it's somewhere better. Trust me, man. I'm going to be at 30 countries coming up. 30 countries. I'm gonna be at 48 states, 49. Trust me, nigga, it's not as good as they be hyping it up. It's not. People on the internet hype up places and have you figuring out you missing something. Just stay in Cincinnati, nigga, and make the best out of it. Stay in Cincinnati and make the best out of it. Like Lordy Miss Claudie. And she a big beach too. She a big, look at what is going on. She got her feet out, but look at these heels. Oh my God. The humanity. Jesus. What in the world is these? What are these shoes, bruh? These is that got to be some cheap ass. Oh my Lord. And the fit, the wowzers. And look at this. This is a baddie in Houston. Houston's finest. I can't, bro.
Nope.
I cannot. Look at them big ass clogs that she got on, bro. Like, what are we doing? He said, Payless Shoe Source, nigga. Payless Shoe Source. Not even the store. It's the Payless Shoe Source, nigga. Oh, my Lord. Whew. We got to stop. We got to stop the cap. All right. We got to stop the cap and stop feeding into you niggas thinking that it's better somewhere else. Anyway. Oh, Straggle and Sniggle Theater presses on. All right. I thought that was bad. We got Straggle and Sniggle Theater. We have a woman that says she's sexually aroused 24/7 to the point that it hurts. And she has to beg her boyfriend to clap her cheeks. All right. So let's see if we can do this here. We got a woman here. What race do you think she is? All right. A woman says she's sexually aroused 24/7 and she has to beg her boyfriend to have sex with her. All right. So let's put her up on the screen and see what her ailment is. All right. She definitely itching and starving, but let's take you to it right here.
Not fun to be aroused all the time. Would you want to have a raging boner 24/7? I don't think so. It's just nonstop. PGAD is persistent genital arousal disorder. Feels like you're about to orgasm and then it never goes away. So it's sharp pains all the way through your legs, all the way through your pelvic. It's just nonstop. When I was like 13, 14 is when I first started noticing there was something wrong. No one ever believed me. I kept saying like, I need to have sex. I need to orgasm. Like when I was 15 to 18 stage, I masturbated way more than a normal teenager would.
Okay.
Hey, where are the white women at?
All right, boy, oh boy.
Where the white women at?
Okay, there it is right there. There's your daughter. All right, Coach, that's somebody's daughter. All right, let me tell you here. Where is it at? I don't even know where it is. I think I have it under the wrong sound effect, but
I am so happy and grateful that the Lord has blessed me to play in some snow.
All right, so what happens is a lot of people say that's somebody's daughter. I always say watch your daughters because you never know. They close their door, they be in the room, they be playing with they little flicking their little pearl tongue and they bean. They be flicking their little bean. And she said 12, 13, and 14. I didn't say it. All right. Then she said 15. She started running to these motherfucking streets. All right. She was like, I got to get this. I got to go scratch this itch. All right. I got to scratch this itch. All to the streets I go. All right. Let me see if we got that. We don't have it. To the streets I go. Now listen to this part. This is interesting.
I first noticed that something was wrong with Amanda when she first became sexually active. She was having sex a lot. I didn't know what it was. My whole family thought that she was just a whore.
Well, technically, she is just a whore. I mean, she is a whore, but being a whore is not bad because we like whores around here. But technically, she was a whore. So she been out here in these streets running around here, and mama didn't know what to do with it out here. She certainly probably was getting some binds fixed out there, dropping neck, all right, and getting barbecue, all right? So that definitely was happening out there. Boy, oh boy, she was like, we thought she was a whore. She was. She got that semen demon in her.
Everyone thought that it was just like a sex addiction. If I could go the rest of my life without having an orgasm, I would. That's fine.
Honestly, back then, I was frustrated because I started to think that she was just a hypochondriac. I doubted her completely. I still feel guilty. Sorry.
Oh my goodness, they crying over this? And I thought she was a hypochondriac. No, she's a skeezer. All right. And
your third leg was just phenomenal.
All right. She's a skeezer. You just got a daughter that's a skeezer. And why they got to make it a medical condition? Oh, she had a medical condition. All right. She was throwing that pussy around and she was just out here freaking to the day into the dawn. Okay, white folks always got to make a medical condition out of being a skeezer. And she got to take pills, or I got to take pills.
Some days I do okay, and then some days I don't want to be around anyone. I don't want anyone to look at me. I don't usually leave my house as is, but I mean, I don't even want to be on social media. I don't want to do anything.
Look at this. It's definitely Tupelo, Mississippi. All right, look at this fence and all of these damn weeds around this fence. I mean, what is going on? Who lives like this? Anybody watching me, you live like this? You go outside? Does your fucking city look like this? Guess what? You're poor. All right. You're broke. Just to let you know. All right. You are broke and you need some fucking help. You need an intervention in your life. All right. So definitely Tupelo, Mississippi activities here.
It was a huge relief when we found out that it was PJD, because then there was something. There was validation that she's not lying, that she's not making all this stuff up, that she's not a whore, that she's not a sex addict.
He takes care of me on days that I can't move, on days that I'm like having full-on panic attacks because how much pain I'm in. Relationships are very hard to keep. And with this problem, he never once has judged me. He never made me feel bad.
Oh,
Yeah, that brother's starving.
oh my goodness. I bet you she cheated on him dozens of times. Dozens. And look at these rotten teeth. Oh my goodness. George Washington would be ashamed at this.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
But she definitely cheated on him a bunch of times. He don't care. He might be asexual.
About not working or anything like that. When they say love at first sight, it really was.
When she first told me, I didn't know how to feel about it, but I liked her, so I was prepared to basically jump in. The more I could learn, the more I can help her. I'll go with her to every appointment, injections. I'll help her so she gets anything she needs.
It affects our sex life quite tremendously. Actually, you would think that you would just have sex and it would go away. It doesn't. And sometimes I will literally be crying, begging him just to have sex with me, just to relieve some of the pressure that I have down there.
Please.
And so when you're begging your man for sex, it's kind of difficult, because then it makes you feel like crap. Like,
you cannot make this up in the words of Kevin Samuels. Oh my goodness. And look at this, how he banging. All right, pasty pale pig suey. All right, she definitely a piggy. Here, piggy. Here, piggy. All right. And he got to bang that out. All right. I don't know about.
It's barbecue in there.
All right, pig suey. Poor thing. And he like, I can't get it up to this that many times.
oh, why don't you want me? Even though you know that's not what it is.
I told her, I was like, I don't want sex to feel like a chore. I want it to be something special, which is why we kind of cut back on it.
I sit on an ice pack. Sometimes ice doesn't help though, so then I have to go to the heating pad. And then sometimes the heating pad doesn't help, so I have to go back to ice. I have ice inserts that I can stick inside me to help with swelling. It's not fun to—
Oh my goodness, man. This is a crazy ass story. What's wrong with people, bro? All right, ladies, is anybody out here like this? All right, I want it to be special. I don't just want you to use me. You're using me for my sex. Ass nigga, what is going on? Men are the new women. Men are the new women, said CGA. All right, I want it to be special. I don't want her to just use me. She's just using me because she's horny. But I want it to be nice and special. All right, ice pack. You already know she getting ran through more like the Holland Tunnel on him. All right, and he has no clue. Anyway, Straggle and Sniggle Theater, we have Dirty Mackin in the building. So we got I don't know if this is a skit. It looks like a skit, but we got Dirty Mackin in the building on Straggle and Sniggle Theater. Let's see what we got. Here we go. All right, there it is right there. And this is an example. This is a melanated woman, y'all. This is what I've been saying. When black women say silly shit, like Kim Kardashian is using black culture and the black woman's body to, become a billionaire. She built just like a black woman. I always say, show me what black women y'all talking about. Show me what black women y'all talking about. I want you to, what black women are y'all talking about? Because when I see black women, I don't see Kim Kardashian. Now, if you lined up in somewhere in Alabama, like 1 out of 10, if you lined up 10 black women, one woman will be shapely with a thin waist and a nice natural derriere. There'll be a stallion in there, onesie, twosie, here and theresie. All right. But when I hear them and they be continuing to perpetuate that fraud, all right, she built like some black women or a few black women. She built like, but she also built like a Latina woman. All right. But what is this? All right. But anyway, I don't got no ass either, but I ain't got required to have no ass. Anyway, Straggle Sniggle Theater, we got Dirty Mackin in the building. Let's go ahead and play this particular video and then we'll break it down.
Are you buying your own things? Yeah. A woman should never buy her own things.
Thank you.
Yeah. I seen that. I thought you were a damsel in distress. Can I buy it for you?
You don't have to.
I know, but can I? I really, my mom was a single parent.
What's going on?
What's that? I was just buying her stuff because she was paying for her own stuff.
Oh, we can pay for it.
Are you with her?
Yeah.
Oh, that's your girlfriend.
That's my girl, yeah.
Oh, my bad, dude. I ain't trying to disrespect. Can I?
Sure.
You mind if I pay?
Go ahead now.
I was just telling her no woman should be paying for her own things.
Oh yeah, I got her.
Oh, okay.
Go to the
Well, actually, I got her. That's my chase.
Here's William. Okay, whoa. All right, this is interesting. All right, but here's William. All right, yeah. You never mess with a white boy shaped like this. Yeah. So all right, hold on for a second. If you ever see a white boy, I know you think these white boys are just weak white boys. All right, no, these type of white boys are incels. And they barely get girls and they watch some of your favorite red pill podcasts. All right. White boys like this will kill you. All right. Here's William. All right. They already done murked animals already. All right. They already kind of got tendencies for serial killers. Here's William. All right. And I know you think these boys ain't got, paws, they can't hands, they can't fight or scrap. But these type of white boys, here's William. All right, will fuck your life up. They will put your ass on the radar. This nigga has already tendencies that qualify him as a serial killer. This nigga probably murked a parent, a sister, right? A kid in the neighborhood. Here's William. Somewhere he on some sort of list somewhere. All right, he on school shooter list or something. Here's William. He got guns and firearms. He been shooting raccoons and squirrels since he was 8 years old. Here's William. All right, these are the type of white boys you don't fuck with. All right, I'm gonna tell you, man. These niggas will make your life a living fucking hell. Here's William. All right, these niggas take massive amount of Adderall and ADHD medication. They've been medicated since birth. Here's William. All right, these niggas might be on the no-fly zone list somewhere. All right, he definitely got a pickup truck with blood stains in the back. We don't know if he's human blood or animal blood for sure. Here's William. All right, just to let you know, man. I know y'all think a certain dude look a certain way and they gotta have their khakis creased and they gotta have baggy clothes and some Chuck Taylors or something. You gotta be scared. You gotta got a bandana on his head. But these type of dudes will fuck your life up. Here's William. All right, he got too much medication, and don't think this nigga takes anything. He takes things literally and seriously. You know what I mean? Don't fuck with his girl. This is the last girl he gonna ever get in his life, and he gotta find one too. He gotta find one. These the type of niggas that be cutting, chopping up their girlfriend in pieces and putting them in trash bags and distributing them across the county. And they gotta find an arm and a leg over here and a head and a torso over there. All right, he trying to dump pieces and fingertips. He cut fingertips off. This nigga. Here's William. This the type of nigga that cut fingertips off. All right, just to let you know, so they can't identify. And he pulls teeth with a pliers. All right, he pulls all the teeth out of the skull and he cuts fingertips off. Just here's William. All right, just to let you know, bro. And I want you to know that the reason why she's with him is because she know he got a chainsaw. And I'm gonna show you this in a minute. This nigga know he got a chain. The woman know he got a chainsaw and will chop her ass up. All right. And throw her in a goddamn barrel of acid. I'm not trying to give y'all ideas, but this dude is definitely a crash out. Here's William. All right, but let me tell you real quick.
Scarf. Thanks. Like I'm just playing, bro. I'm just playing. I just want to do something nice for you guys, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to hit on her. I got a wife. You want cash? Can I give her cash back, or is that? Can I give it to you? Can I give you cash back?
You can go ahead and give it to her, man.
All right.
Oh no.
Go to the bathroom and this what happened?
Oh.
Oh, see? Yeah, see? He laughing now. All right, but here's William. He laughing now. And check out the body language of the girl. All right, this is what we're going to look at later on here. The body language of the woman tells you everything. And he's sniggling now. I go to the bathroom. Look, he like, I go to the bathroom and this what happens. Okay, bitch. Wait till we get home. We gonna get home. I go to the bathroom and this happened. All right, she already knows she getting beat the fuck up. She getting beat up, bro. For sure. He about to beat her ass when he get home, for sure. All right. And look how he laughing now and sniggling. She ain't laughing. She ain't laughing. She about to get drugged by her hair down the stairs today. Tonight, nigga. All right, here we go.
Kindness happened. Yeah.
Look, she nervous. And people think, oh, well, they got genuine burning desire. Coach, he got a baddie. He got the mouthpiece in game. Bro, she know that she liable to get chopped up when she get home. Here's William. She nervous. She nervous.
Can't leave your girl in Walmart.
Yeah.
Can't leave your girl in Walmart. Nope.
Can't let her pay for her own things.
Yeah, he crazy. He crazy as fuck, bro. Look at that. Look at that right there, gentlemen. That's how you get your broad in check. You got to put fear in these whores. All right, bitch, I'll kill you. No, I'm not. YouTube, I didn't say that. I was just providing commentary to this video. I didn't say it. All right, but he got the fear of God in her. All right, look at that right there. She already know, coach, he got a baddie, and you just got to get outside and learn how to have mouthpiece and game. Look at her right here. Look at these little hazel eyes looking at this nigga. Not even explaining. Look at the body language, playing with her hair. She got her feet crossed. All right. And look how he laughing at her. He looking at her like, bitch, do you know when we get in the car? When we get in the car, you know what I'm going to do? She already know what's going to happen when we get in the car. He looking at her like, oh, you had the nerve to entertain another nigga while I was in the bathroom. Oh, a black guy? All right, I got you. Here's William. A black guy? Oh, you want nigger meat, huh? I got something for your monkey ass. All right. Ooh, he about to bust that ass. He like, you know what? We going up the Duke shoot tonight. All right, with a razor condom. All right, I'm putting it all in your dookie hole tonight. All right, all in the dookie hole. She knows she got to give up the dookie hole tonight. She like, this nigga gonna go in there with his fist. No lube, no rubber, no Vaseline. We going in, climbing in with the fist. I'm about to fist you tonight in the dookie hole. That's what she's saying right now. All right, just so you know, that's already happened, but he going in tonight. All right.
Hey, love you, bud. I hope I didn't, all jokes aside, I hope I didn't stir nothing up, bud.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Oh, you want?
Oh. Oh, no, man. Oh, no, man. I hope this is a skit. He said, oh, you appreciate it? Okay, bitch. Here's William. Oh, you appreciate it? Oh, I see. All right, you got the nerve to talk to a nigga? Okay, wait till we get home. Damn.
You could probably just leave with him.
Oh, I mean, is he a comedian? He's like, you're a good sport. You're a good sport. I knew he was joking. There you go. You want that? All right, cool. I'll take the receipt at least. Love you, bud. Are you buying your own things?
Yeah.
All right, so she's smiling. All right, who thinks this is a skit? I mean, because the internet's full of skits. Who think this is a skit? I mean, because if this is a skit, she's the best actor I've seen on the internet. She is the best actor I've seen on the internet. All right, she looking like Elizabeth. All right, right there, bro. Look at that, bro. That's
a woman should never buy her own things.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This got to be.
I seen that. I thought you were a damsel in distress. Can I buy it for you?
You don't have to.
I know, but can I? I really, my mom was a single parent.
What's going on?
What's that? I was just buying her stuff because she was paying for her own stuff.
Oh, we can pay for it.
She already all right. She already putting her lip in like this. Cause she already know she about to get punched in the lip. All right. Cause she like, oh Lord.
Are you with her?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's your girlfriend.
That's my girl, yeah.
Oh, my bad, dude.
And look at the body language, yeah.
I ain't trying to disrespect. Can I?
Sure?
You mind if I pay?
Go ahead now.
I was just telling
yeah.
her no.
Ooh, wait, and there's a ring right there. There's a ring on her hand. Anyway, what do you think? All right, man. Somebody says right here. What do you think? Is that a real one? All right. Anyway, that's Straggle on Sniggle Theater.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right?
Has the modern dating landscape confused you? Have many of the standards that you heard you're kind of tired of hearing about, and you're wondering, what does it all mean? Well, look no further. Join us talking about the monetized dating marketplace right now on Locals, and it is CoachGregAdams.locals.com. You can create a free account to join the conversation between the Coach Gang members, but also on Sunday, we do a live stream demonstrating all aspects of the monetized dating marketplace, and coming soon in 2025, you're going to have access to a sample of the monetized dating marketplace course where you can get information related to how to participate in the monetized dating marketplace and or how to understand it, so you're not out here spinning your wheels trying to figure out how you're going to best deal with the monetized dating marketplace. Listen, everything and every aspect of dating is monetized. We just want to relieve the frustration that you might have about it. So the best way to do it is make a free account right there on Locals, CoachGregAdams.locals.com. You can get access to those live streams, but create a free account. Just join the conversation. I am the only one covering this conversation from this point of view. And yes, I am ahead of my time. Get ahead of the information before you're priced out. Okay, all right. Thank you, man. Shout out to you guys, man. We having a great show for you today. We might get it in about 3 hours today, and I'm going to take an ecclesiastical nap before I head out to get the Hong Kong lifestyle going on. We're in Hong Kong. Thank you for joining us right here. We're on the road. We're on Lean Tour 2.0. All right, and we'll be here all month in Lean territory. Mr. Handsome Pause says, I hope you're enjoying your trip. I'll catch the playback. Not sure if you made amends with Myra Gaines, but fuck that clown. Keep your foot on these goofy bitch-made red pillars' necks until they bow down to the king. Free agent lifestyle for life. Shout out to Mr. Handsome Pause. And I read your chat. You'll watch it on the replay. Well, we agreed to not start a war. Okay, we agreed to not start a war. However, I just want to clear up with my audience. I'm not going to bring up the fact that he has stolen plenty of people's materials. I'm not going to bring that up. I know a lot of his incel fans are pretty much ignorant people who don't know anything about the red pill. If you can't respect the notorious one and realize what I said, I provided my examples and I did a good job providing them. But what was said was his clipper was responsible for that slanderous video that he put out. All right, that slanderous video, he slandered my name. All right, and I addressed that by pretty much putting out the fact that I was here before him, and he was setting up coaching calls for me before he became famous. And I actually put that on pinned that to my community tab. Now, once I did that, all right, that should have set things straight. And then it was waved the white flag at that particular point, because then I started posting receipts. I'm like, oh, we want to do this. Now, my receipts didn't go as viral as that slanderous video that he put out on me. He slandered my name in that video to try to put disrespect on my name for his incel audience, which is still, I don't want, at this point, I got all the smoke. I could have continued the war, but the problem is they were like, oh, the person that clips his stream put that out there and didn't clip the examples that I provided of said theft. All right. It wasn't red pill talking points. It was clear this. And so now his incel audience is like, he doesn't even know who you are, which that's why I'm like, yo, that's crazy. He doesn't even watch your show. You don't have to watch my show. You can know my whole catalog, which I've demonstrated. Like, he's been watching me for years before he became famous. You can steal my content from years ago. I mean, I've been still doing this for 8 years. So with that being said, I won't keep the war going, but if there is to continue one for his incel audience members, all right, we can keep it going. All right. We can keep the shit going. So you know, at any point, if the clipper wants to continue to clip out what I made as an example of doing it, and then put out a video of me just saying, oh, he's stealing my shit, and then him going, he's jealous. All right, yeah, well, we can keep the shit going. All right, but what we aren't going to do is slander my name and all my efforts here and act like I'm crazy. All right, because I'll pull out the whole fucking goddamn file on everybody. All right, at this point. But his incel clipper, all right, because you guys know that these social media people have clippers that know how to clip things for their little fucking channels to rage bait everybody into a submission. So I don't play those games. I'm a grown ass man. All right, but the clipper, incel clipper that he has, because I know the people that work for him, they're incels. They got a bunch of fat niggas. Niggas can't even speak without stuttering. A bunch of scrawny neck. All right, bird-chested niggas. I ain't talking about Myron. I'm talking about his motherfucking audience and his employees. Most of them niggas are booty hole ass chaser niggas. Niggas that get no pussy. All right, so I can talk about them niggas. I ain't talking about Myron no more. I'm talking about his incel motherfucking employees. So if you want to blame the incel clipper for not putting respect on my name, well, then I got smoke for the incel clipper. All right. So anyway, no, it ain't AI. No. That ain't AI, nigga. That's not AI. They literally clipped me and left out the evidence, and he responded to said clip. All right. Now, it ain't no AI. All right. Because the person that told me who it was told me it was a person. Don't blame the AI. Don't blame the AI, nigga. No. Oh, no. Niggas like, it's the AI. No, it ain't. He responded to a clip. Then he put his response to that clip without the evidence I provided. Oh, no. We ain't going to do that, nigga. We ain't doing that. Fuck that. It's his incel clipper and his incel employees. We ain't doing this shit. Right. Anyway, shout out to him, though. We have a decent history. And I said there ain't going to be no war. I don't have a war, but if we want to start the war, all right, I'm petty. I'm a petty ass nigga. All right, but anyway, here we ass niggas are here. Fuck these red pill niggas. I'm telling you, man, these red pill niggas are nothing but incels these days. All right, there's nothing about it. There's no point in even debating it. They nothing but bitch ass incels at this point. The red pill. All right, but I did have somebody at intermediary reach out to me and say, hey, you know what? It wasn't his fault. It was the clipper. All right, so when I got problems with the clipper. Here we go. All right, if the clipper wants something, go ahead and bring his little shaggy ass out here. Here we go. Let's come on. Come on, man. But the clipper did some bitch ass shit. All right, the clipper did a bitch ass thing to slander my name. And I'm telling you, these clipper incels, these incels don't know who I am. All right, they want to crown these niggas. And they're like, who is this old guy? That's the type of shit that I'm talking about. If this clipper really had respect for the red pill, he wouldn't have put my shit out like that. Anyway, here we go right quick. Shout out to Larry C. Says that grass from the segment with the beam flicker reminded me of something. He says, I had to recently fire my lawn care company. They just weren't cutting it. Shout out to you and the coach gang. Shout out to Larry C. and the dad jokes. the dad jokes. All right, what are we doing here? We have some people over on Cash App. No. All right, I got somebody, man. I'm trying to do this deal and he bugging the shit out of me on some petty shit. I'm like, what the fuck? I can't stand petty ass people. Kevin Sullivan says, sending tuition, appreciate the knowledge and consistency as always, coach. Shout out to you and the Train Gang. Shout out to you and the Train Gang. Anthony G says, thanks for all you do, Coach Gang for life. Okay, what are we doing here? We got Cash App. No. Hey, with me, if you do something, look at this, man. Look, there's a hold on for a second. I gotta get this nigga real quick. Hold on for a second. All right, hold on for a second. I'm gonna get it. He asking way too many questions. That's when I think, man, you scamming me. When I'm sitting in front of you, you better get every bit of information that you need, especially if we're doing a deal. Don't start asking me for little shit here and there after the fact, because I ain't gonna answer you. I'm not gonna answer you. Okay, hold on for a second. Now he asking me for this and that. No, don't ask me for that now, nigga. Too late. All right. You didn't get the information when you needed it. Deal over. All right. Deal over. Nigga be asking me for a little bit of information like I'm gonna entertain every time you text me. All right. Look, everybody that knows me know I don't like text or email. I can't stand it. And I sure don't like talking on the phone. I hate communication. I hate communication. I cannot stand it. I cannot stand when you text me after the fact. You had me right there, nigga. All right, nah, bro. You had me there. I filled out all the information. Now you asking me for extra shit. Like, what's about this? And what about this? No, fuck. You fucked up, nigga. You fucked up. What happened to your nigga? Deal over. Pull the deal off the goddamn table. Don't call me. Don't text me. Don't ask me for additional information, nigga. When you have me out here, when you have me in front of you, get what you need and make the fucking deal happen. Other than that, it's over, nigga. You go somewhere else. To me, you got to sit me right here. Even my assistant knows. Do not email me any goddamn thing. You email me something, I sent you an email. I ain't looking at that email shit. You think I'm gonna go through email? You know what my email does on a daily basis? It's on page 3 now. It's on page 3 right now. All right. I don't sit here and monitor my phone. I don't sit here behind the computer and monitor the computer. All right. So, motherfucker, you hit me with an email and say I sent you an email. Like, nigga, fuck. I don't give a fuck. I text you. I sent you a WhatsApp. I don't give a fuck. What you need to do, I'm an old school person. Set an appointment with me. You need to sit me down right in front. When I sit me down, I got 25 minutes. Get everything you need or get the fuck out of my face. Do not come after the fact. And that goes for everybody. I'm telling you, I'm not the communicative guy. I don't like communicating. I don't like text messaging. I don't like talking on the phone. You got me right in front of you. Get the shit right there. Let's finish the goddamn deal. Or else you ain't going to hear from me for a week. All right. I don't like to follow up. I don't like to follow up. Niggas be like, I sent you an email to collab. That shit on page 153. I don't see none of that shit. Niggas think I'm going to go back and forth with you all day. Setting appointments. What about this time? Or what about that time? Well, that time don't work. Can you do it on this time? The deal is over. The deal is over. I actually had a dude that wanted to collab and he was doing that. Well, I work and so I can't do it that time. Can you do it on this time? Deal done. I literally took me a month for me to reply to you that I was going to collab. Now you want to move the time? The deal is done. All right. I'm not talking to you any motherfucking more. That's it. I've had my patience is run thin. My patience is run thin. Nigga, I'll see you next year. I'll talk to you next fucking year. All right. You could. So for what I'm saying is you better jump on it right now or you're not going to get it. He said, what if Joe Rogan? Same fucking thing, bro. You think I got time to be something up here? All right, look, if a bad bitch come up in here, nigga, I'm going to go back and forth with her just for a little bit. Okay, just for a little bit. But when I contact you, you better execute right then. All right, this is what I'm going to do. Like when I get back to you, you better say, okay, yep, I'm ready, locked in, ready to go. Okay. So you contact me. Hey, I have an interest in you. I go back. Okay, let me acknowledge that interest. Can you come out on this weekend? And if she says yes, all right, locked in. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and have the vibe book. End the story. But if you think I'm going to go back and forth with you at that point, no, I don't. I'm not that type of dude. I'm not that type of dude going back and forth with a motherfucker for no goddamn reason. But I know some of you guys are. And shout out to you. I don't have this. I'm not the type of guy to sit back and go back and forth on email. I go back and forth on text messages, not even with women. I'm not going to go back and forth. All right. You better have that shit locked in, ready to go. If you don't, and you hemming and hawing and you trying to think about it, well, think about it on somebody else's time. All right. I don't have time for this shit, but it really drives me crazy when people do that. All right. It drives me fucking crazy. At that point, I'm going to be like, deal over. And they'd be like, whoa, what do we do? It's over. The moment is past. I don't feel the same about it anymore. Sorry. But I'm going to let you message me 8 times by that point. I'm over the shit. All right, I'm over it. I don't check email like that. I don't even check my DMs. All right, DMs like that. I check my DMs every now and then. All right, but I'm not the person that sit back on the phone and the computer and be like, oh, let me fire this off and let me look at this and who emailed me and let me respond to. Anyway, that's just me. It's my method of communication. I'd rather get the shit done, get it done quick, sit me right in front of you. That's it. All right, let me see here. Yeah, he said it's child's play. For real, it's child's play. I don't got time, nigga. Let's do it. You want to collab? Lock in. This is the date I can do it. Well, I can't really do it. Okay, it's over. All right, I'm not doing it anymore. I don't even have any interest to do it the first time. Shout out to our brother here. Let's see here. We got our brother Fazito says, wait, you're on live? I didn't get any notifications. I'm here by accident. I'm so late. It's 5 minutes to 11 in Florida. My alarm is set to 11 a.m. Shout out to you, man, to everybody. Yeah, shout out to you. Thank you for being here. Shout out to Jacob Rivera says, Coach, keep doing your thing. Shout out to you. Keep doing my thing. Appreciate you. I will do my thing. Yeah, man. Somebody said it's high value. I don't know what to call it, and I'm not trying to big time people. I just don't like to go back and forth. All right, I got no patience. If I reply to you in a comment, I'm going to tell you something. I'm not coming back to that comment. If I happen to just be like, let me reply. If you reply back, I'm probably not going to reply. Right? I'm telling you. Okay. Okay. I ain't replying. I'm not about to go back and forth with you in the comment section. I comment. If I reply, nigga, just go ahead and just don't reply back. It's not even going to get no response. I ain't even going to come back and check it. All right. I'm not going back and forth. I just don't have the time or energy for that. I'd rather go fuck. I'd rather go take a lap, nigga. I'd rather go swim 3 laps. I'd rather go run a mile. He said, are you really that busy? Guys, here's a teaching point. It has nothing to do with busy. What it has to do is with productivity. I'm trying to teach you. People say they're busy and they're busy. That's called distracted. I'm not saying I'm too busy. What I'm saying is I like to be productive with my time. That's counterproductive. See, it has nothing to do with being busy. It's being productive versus counterproductive. I find that to be counterproductive to continue to go back and forth with people who either don't have their shit together or don't have no life. And I'd rather be productive. Even that seems counterproductive to feel like I'm going to go back and forth with a person. It has nothing to do with busy. I'd rather chill and do nothing, right? I'd rather think and be creative. It kills my creativity to go back and forth. And because I'm a visible persona, a lot of people want me to go back and forth. A lot of people think I could just be like, yeah, I'm going to just go back and forth with 1,000 people. So if you can't execute and be productive, why should I fuck my life up for your counterproductiveness? Right? You're being counterproductive and I'm paying the penalty. So you could have got your shit straight and you didn't. Now you fucking around and you're fucking around and getting me in a situation where I'm getting into your counterproductiveness. I don't have time for the shit. Or you don't have enough going on. You don't have enough going on in your fucking life. Or you don't have your shit together. Or you don't have your priorities right. It ain't my problem. Okay? It ain't my fucking problem. So I'd rather have time to spend fucking thinking and twiddling my thumbs than to go back and forth with a motherfucker. Because they ain't got shit to go do with their lives or they're counterproductive. So for me, I'm telling you, has nothing to do with being busy. I'm busy thinking about some shit that I can do that'll make me $1,000 in the next hour. Why should I go back and forth with a motherfucker in the email that they can't get their shit together? And I got to be like, well, what, nigga, get in, lock in, bitch. Even with the women, lock the fuck in. I send you a message, lock the fuck in, or it's missed. I got other women to talk to. Let's lock in. Lock the fuck in or leave me alone. I don't have time for it. And for me, I feel like I never miss an opportunity when these things happen. Because then you're like, well, what about if it's Joe Rogan? Nigga, hey, Joe Rogan's assistant going to be locked in. They're not going to have to go back and forth. Hey, Joe Rogan wants to feature on the podcast. Here are the dates. Most of these times they're going to send me a Calendly link and I'm going to click the fucking link. Click. That's when I want to be on the show. And then they'll send me a fucking airline ticket or an email a confirmation and it will be over. Trust me. That's how efficient it will be with Joe Rogan. That's how efficient it will be. Trust me. I've talked to people like this. That's how efficient it will be. Okay. But most people, y'all inefficient, thinking it needs to go back and forth and shit. Like, no, Joe Rogan ain't going to go back and forth. Neither is his assistant or his scheduler. They're not going to go back and forth. They're going to be like, all right, boom, here's a Southwest ticket. This is your fucking flight. And I will move my calendar to solve that. I will take everything off my calendar to fit that in. Okay. But people are unprofessional. They're counterproductive. You're fucking lazy and inefficient. And I'm not going to pay the price. This is when I teach you as a grown ass man. I don't have time for the bullshit. Anyway, I don't have time for people's bullshit or whatever. Okay. I think we got caught up. No, we didn't. I thought we did. Miles says, Coach, I'm 27 years old and we'll hit the JUCO at 30, but to confirm your local streams, Bumble and other dating apps are beyond cooked. Nothing but used up and washed up women that turn Christian in their late 20s or early 30s. Any attractive woman has her Insta, Cash App, Snapchat, or Linktree. And they do have the JUCO on Hinge. Actually proved that over on Locals. So just because they're on a dating app doesn't mean no JUCO activities going on over there. All right. Here we go right here. Shout out to Miles says, Coach, why do some modern women openly admit that they don't want to have kids, but want to get into a long-term relationship or a marriage? Isn't one of the biggest points of marriage is to have a family? She just concubined herself, but dudes fall for it, where there's a growing population of dinks, dual income, no kids, and a lot of women don't want to have kids, right? And so, but they still want marriage and relationships, which to me doesn't make sense, but in her mind it does. But at that point, I don't think marrying or having a relationship with a woman, a long-term marriage, would be worth it without having kids. Okay. Let me see here. Somebody says right here, it is said that with Joe Rogan, if someone sends them an email asking to be featured, that person gets permanently blocked from any further invitations. Yep. So yeah, man, I'm telling you, man, it's the real. But shout out to Brandon, says, Coach, she is absolutely going to have her hands nailed to the desk and her knees crushed per sledgehammer. That dude is going to go full Michael Myers on her when they get home. Here's William. Shout out to you right there. All right, here's William. Let me see what we got. Here we go. Hands nailed to the desk. How would you know that? Rusty Diamond, my neighborhood has a couple of buildings that have rotating linglings visiting the country, usually from China, Korea, Japan, for a couple of months to put in that work. I've been fixing a lot of binds. Some of these girls got some serious skills. You got a lingling ranking. I'm going to do that because I'm still going through some ling territories. And at the end, I'm going to rank the ling territories for sure. But it sounds like you're in Hong Kong, or maybe not. Sounds like you're on this side of the planet. But yeah, it is just what it is out here. Lings get busy out here. Lings get busy out here. They do. And they get busy for a season and a reason. And then they show up ecclesiastical virgins to you. DJ said, here's some bird seed for the linglings. Enjoy your trip and thanks for all that you do. Shout out to you, brother. Donnie Yee says, my wife and I were happy for 20 years. Then we met. The Undertaker bell for that. We were happy. That was a Rodney Dangerfield joke. Shout out to Rodney Dangerfield. We were happy for 20 years. Then we met. Shout out to Christopher, says, I support you monthly on Locals, located in Scottsdale, Arizona. You put me onto the JUCO 6 years ago. It's insane out here at ASU. I'm 56 and my JUCO has been with me since she was 24. She converted it into a relationship. I gave her my direct deposit for her paycheck. and it looks like the chat was cut off. Right, I was interested in this particular segment here. I don't know what you were going to say there, but shout out to you. That's a co-sponsorship. Maybe there's a second one here. Okay, shout out to you. You're over in Thoughtsdale. I'll come back to that one if you have a second one, because you look like you were going to say something in addition. But we call that the backdoor relationship. But people have to realize that when you're at the JUCO, there are some women that will do backdoor relationships, meaning that they're not there to be on the marketplace for long. They're there to find a better relationship that suits them. And this is a way to find relationships. You know, people used to use matchmakers. They used to do millionaire matchmakers. And now you have the JUCO, and the woman's going to have, this is going to suit her for now. So you got her in a relationship, is going to work for her. And assuming that your age, I think you said 65, 56. All right. I had it dyslexia. You're 56. She's 24. Assuming you hit 70, she'll be somewhere in her mid 30s. All right. Something like that. Going into 40. She'll try to marry somebody her age appropriate by the time you're taking a shit in Depends diapers. You know what I mean? She's going to play it. She's going to play it, whatever it is. But like I said, people think about that and think that's an L. Well, that's a dub. That's a dub. You're going to get the best years out of her without ecclesiastically marrying her. But shout out to you saying I put you on to the JUCO in Scottsdale, Arizona. All right. It is real out here. Shout out to you. And I know you're having a party. I know you're having some fun out there in Thotsdale, where the white women are at. She must be white, and she's an ASU girl. Oh, she could be Mexican too.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Let's get back to this portion of the show. We got some crime in the building. Let me see here. There was a comment. All right, there was a comment there. Okay, I got it. All right, we got crime and law CGA. We got pimping in the building. Do we have any perpetrating pimps in the building? People who think that they're going to use pimping to get their girl? Well, we have an interesting development here. A day ago, reported by WorldStar, a 37-year-old man pulled over during a traffic stop with a 16-year-old girl reported missing from Charlotte, North Carolina. All right, so let me see if we can pull this up on the screen. It says a 16-year-old girl who had been reported missing out of Charlotte, North Kakalaki, was located during a routine traffic stop while riding with the 37-year-old man. According to authorities, the driver, his name is Joshua McGrath, age 37, of Charlotte, initially told officers that the teen was his 16-year-old ecclesiastical cousin. However, the record check revealed that the girl had been reported missing nearly a month earlier. Police contacted the teen's mother, who confirmed she was reported her daughter missing on February 16th and stated that she did not know McGrath. McGrath was taken into custody and now faces multiple charges, including interfering with child custody, possession of synthetic marijuana, possession of counterfeit currency, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor in possession of drug paraphernalia. All right, so let's play the video of the pullover here. Here it is right here.
What's up, my brother? How are you? Good. I'm Deputy Trini with the Sheriff's Office, man. How's everyone doing this evening? Good, man. I can't complain. Young lady, you wouldn't happen to have your ID on you, would you?
No, sir. That's my little cousin.
That's your cousin?
Yes, sir.
What? 16?
Yes, sir.
What's your name, young lady? Your name? Huh? Your name?
My name is
Brandy Lewis. Hey, Brandy. So you want to be? Here's the thing. All right, the name and the information you gave me doesn't come back to anything. So I need you to write your full name and your birthday right on this pad of paper for me, okay? What's up, my brother? How are you? Who's that young lady to you?
That's my friend.
That's your friend.
I met her in Charlotte.
In Charlotte. How old are you? You're 37, and you're friends with a 16-year-old girl? Yeah, she gave me like 3 different names, 3 birthdays. So where were you guys headed to?
Right now?
Yeah.
Orlando.
Orlando.
Yes, sir.
What's in Orlando?
Hopefully some arcades.
All right, so he said some arcades. All right, and a lot of people in the comment section seem to miss what's going on here. Let's check out the comment section related to this piece of crime here. The comment section says, what are people's obsession with children and kids? She's a teenager. Okay, the next one, corny males. Let's see if we can pull this up on the screen so we can read this. It's better for me and for you. It says, corny males who can't pull no women, they age, go after children. All right, hold on for a second. I have something to say about that particular comment right there. And okay. Corny males who can't pull no women, they age. All right, good Lord.
Oh, the humanity.
Her name is Sherry, all right, and she's dressed like a whore, all right. Corny males who can't pull no women, they age, go after children. The woman raising these kids ain't doing enough. All right, holy mackerel. All right, that's
the humanity.
She literally typed that in. Okay, it says right here, don't even worry about it, sir. Turn around and put your hands behind your back. We got that one right here. It's amazing how much the system misses until random taillights go out. That's for sure too. And good job on the couch. They saved her life for real. She wasn't coming back after that missing person report. Yeah, let me just tell you, man, because people kind of miss what's going on there. That guy's a pimp. All right, he's a pimp. All right, that's what's going on here. All right, I don't think it's anything for him wanting to do anything related to that child, although he probably has already fucked her. The girl is there willingly, just so you know. She's not a kidnap victim. We got to stop believing that young girls are doing this and they're being kidnapped. All right, them girls are going there willingly. She in the streets, and he's there transporting her across state lines to pimp her in Orlando. All right, now I don't know if they're stopping in Orlando, but that's definitely where they're going to do. That's PIMP, the realest. That's what he's going to do there. All right, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The car gave it away, just so we can see here. Let's go ahead and play the video. All right, there he is right there. That's definitely pimping and pandering going on right there, and he definitely was about to put her on Craigslist for many, many men to use her body, because PIMPs, that's what they do. Now, I'm going to tell you what gave it away. The Lincoln Continental, all right, the 1997 Lincoln Continental, his grandmama's Lincoln, the stinking Lincoln gave it away, all right? This is pimp business going on right now, and yes, niggas is going to take 30 years for this, just to let you know. The Negro male who comment so much about pimping, all right, these niggas are going to take 30 years for interstate trafficking. All right, crazy work. All right, so this is a pimp. All right, and that was the hoe over there, and she definitely was going on Craigslist. All right, for sure. All right, and she was happy to be there, just so you guys know. But yeah, she saved her life. All right, what an idiot. I mean, these guys right here, these guys will tell you about pimping, but won't tell you about that pimping minors is a deal. That's a big deal. That's their thing. That's what they do. And by the way, for the people that don't know, minor women are the ones that fall for pimping, right? They're the ones that are going to fall for it, not a 35-year-old woman going, damn, I'm down on my luck. It's normally going to be some woman 16, 17, 18, 19 that wants to be about that life, and he can put and impute whatever he needs to do into this host. He's going to come out here and sell her ass for 150 to 300 bucks. And she thinks she's winning in life, because he's going to take care of her. All right. But that's part of the game. Y'all messing up the game. All right. That's part of the game right there. And he won't be driving in that Rento stinking Lincoln Continental, coast to coast, LA to Chicago. I'm pimping now. Where did I go? All right. Shout out to the pimping out here. Is what's his name in here? All right. You guys know him. All right. Do you have the stomach?
Do you have the stomach?
All right. Is Pimp C in the building? Pimps are getting 30 years for doing that, bro. And he literally going from North Carolina to Orlando. How many states did he pass? 3, 4? All right, you going to jail, nigga. You going to jail to go to arcades. All right, what do we got here? We got this evil world we live in. Ecclesiastically, an evil world we live in. I wish I had the sound effect, but you know, my sound effect machine, I'm gonna have to get a new sound effect machine. All right, it's not enough. I got too many sound effects. I got to go through like 8 windows. All right, I can't do it. It's an evil world we live in. Women on vacation, girls trips. How many of you guys think that women who go on girls trips, who are in relationships and marriages, can be faithful? How many? All right. How many men? I'm going to start a poll. Can women in relationships be faithful and go on girls' trips? Let me see what we got. All right, we're going to see who the insecure males are. Well, there's the poll. You should see it right there. All right, you guys can vote. Can women in relationships be faithful and go on girls' trips? Let's see what it is right there. We got the poll. All right, we got some lovers in here. For the lover in you, this is. All right. For the very first time, this time's gonna last forever. We got too many women in here watching. Look at all these goddamn women in here watching. All right. 22%. All right, there's at least 15% of those are women. All right, you hoes are in here messing up my show. What in the world is going on out here? You women are out here watching me in silence and violence. All right, or we got some niggas in here. My girl different, coach. I do have the stomach. All right, I'm not insecure like you.
Do you have the stomach?
Okay, we got 22% roughly. Last I checked. Oh, it's going down. The hoes are stopping lying. Hey, guys, get in here, guys. Get in here, guys. All right, get in here, guys. You see the poll. You better hurry up because these women are skewing the goddamn poll out here. This is crazy.
Do you have the stomach?
All right, this is down to 19%. All right, these hoes is in here lying quickly. All right, you know women fast. They're going to press the little button. All right, so here we go right here. 2018. Okay, it's going down here, right? The men are out here. Come on, man, vote, niggas. So we got a woman out here, an ecclesiastical European skeezer, right? If you don't know, man, I banged a lot of European women in my life. They the best skeezers you can possibly find out here. They're pretty good skeezers. All right, I actually had 2 women from Sweden who were roommates, and they used to get it in, you know what I mean? They know how to get it in and pull back and be a little angel. So we have this woman here. I hope this is AI. You see her right here with the European nose, you know, that big beak. All right, they always got a big beak on their face. All right, looking like Toucan Sam. I don't know, man. They can't do nothing about it. You know what I mean? They got beaks. All right, so here she is out here. And you can kind of tell she got a double chin coming in, insecure, kind of big trek, you know, big wide booty, having ass. So she's going to talk about her activity while she's on vacation here. Let's see what we got here.
3 people yesterday, so that's
we have
where. So.
Okay, actually.
Wait. 3 people.
Yeah, and actually we have a sofa in our hotel. So that
sofa.
Yeah. So if you want to sleep with someone, you lay in that sofa. We call it sofa.
There's so many information.
This interview is not gonna be good. Sorry.
It's very good, but like one by one, please.
Yeah.
She said she slept with 3 people.
It's a couch, we call it so.
Yeah.
Couch, okay.
Yes.
3 random guys.
Oh well, yes. That's
at the
bad.
same time or like
no
by
oh
one?
well, maybe okay, well 2 of them was at the same time and one was in another hour. So
not my girl, coach, not the whore sofa. All right. So she got a train ran on her initially. All right, and then an hour or so later. This is why I tell you why women can sell pussy. All right. This is why I tell you why women can sell pussy. I keep trying to tell you that it's not because it's a skill. It has nothing to do with skill. It's the fact that men will do this. Men will throw themselves at a woman, 3-on-1, 2-on-1, orgy, train. Like dick does not have scarcity. There's no scarcity of dick. That's why you can't sell dick. There's no scarcity. The women just know they can walk outside and just be like, call their shot. They don't have to sit up and buy and go on websites and drive around cities and to the get up street meet. They don't have to do that. They don't have to look for the best of the best. They can pick the best of the best. That is why men can't sell dick. This is why women can sell pussy. Number two, the reason why is because she can keep going and going. She could do it with two dudes and then an hour later do it with another dude. She could. Most men can't accomplish that. Most men are going to be satisfied with just one nut. All right. You have a burden of performance. Okay. You're the performer. So it's going to be hard for you to have, when you have the burden of a performance, to go back to back to back to back to back is going to be impossible. She, on the other hand, could go back to back to back to back to back and then come out here and go get a boyfriend. Well, you, on the other hand, her friends are going to protect her too. Now, we don't even know what her friends are doing. We're just figuring out what she's doing. And she's the ugliest of the two friends. And there's also more friends here. You can hear them in the background. Okay, so there's more women here in this situation. There's more people here that know that they're doing this. So you guys still, I put the poll up, you guys still think women can be in relationships and be faithful on girls trips? Well, her friends are even defending it. Her friends are even, now we don't know if these girls are in a relationship, but we know that they got some dudes in the friend zone at the very least. And when they say, hey, we're just going to go to Houston real quick, we're just going to fly into New York, guess what they're going to do? Whole activity. Right? Whole activity. And they don't seem any much shamed about this activity. They even said, oh, this interview is not going to be good. All right. But we out here revealing that we hoes. And they don't look like hoes per se. They don't look like prostitutes. They got their hair slicked down like a European does. Okay.
That's
after.
Oh, yes. I 3 people yesterday.
And she don't seem no shame. I ran through 3 people, or she got ran through by 3 people. That's what she means to say. And this whole narrative about women fucking guys, women don't fuck guys. They get fucked. All right. This whole thing. And I hear women saying that I fucked 3 guys. No, you didn't. You got fucked by 3 guys. They'd be like, I got hoes. No, you a hoe to 3 niggas. Like, we got to get this straight. Like, you didn't do no fucking. You got fucked. It's okay to say you got fucked. All right, I'll fuck 3. Like, you literally had to struggle to go get them. All right, no, you didn't. You just basically opened your legs and 3 niggas inserted. That means you got fucked. All right, so this whole thing, like she's saying, I fucked 3 guys. No, you got fucked by 3 guys. All right, stop the bullshit. Here we go.
So that's kind of where. So
Okay, actually.
Wait. 3 people.
Yeah, and actually we have a sofa now.
And there's the other friend, slick back European hair. All right, they all kind of have that shit going on here. All right, basic Becky's out here getting throttled.
Hotel. So that
sofa.
Yeah. So if you want to sleep with someone, you.
All right, so again, now here's the thing: they're on vacation, so they got a whore couch. She called it. So when they go on vacation, they have a couch so that you don't get defiled in somebody's bed. Y'all got to get railed on the couch. So they got this all planned. But guess what? What are you doing? What are you doing? You think that they wouldn't do shit like this. But when they go on vacation, they got the horror couch. But they're victims too, huh? All right. This is why you can't never believe a woman's a victim. I mean, it's very tough. The woman's got to prove she's a victim because they over here traveling and got a horror couch. Let's continue.
Lay in that sofa. We call it sofa.
Or sofa.
So
The slut sofa. She said it. Looking like Chucky the doll. She said it. I mean, don't get mad at me, bro. And guess what? No dude is going to care when he's following up the next dude on the slut couch. No dude's going to care. He going to jump right in, bro. All right. She going right in with the nut stains on the couch. He could care less. He just going to try to not put his knee in some other dude's nuts. He don't care, bro. He going in. All right. So on this Chucky the doll goddamn duplicate. Let's continue.
Information.
This interview is not gonna be good. Sorry.
It's very good, but like one by one, please.
Yeah.
She said she slept with 3 people.
It's a couch, we call it so.
Yeah.
Couch, okay.
Yes.
3 random guys.
Oh, well, yes. That's
at the
bad.
same time or like
No.
by
Oh
one?
well, maybe. Okay, well, two of them was at the same time.
Two of them was the same time. All right, come on. And y'all think these women out here ain't having fun on girls trips? Come on, man. Like, you know how fast this can get done. All right, it's down to 13%. Ladies, all right, I made the men vote. You guys think that a woman can't get it in and get her train ran on her that fast and then call you back and text you back, hey, honey, we were just going to get coffee and tea. We're going to go to the nightclub later. And then later on, an hour later, oh, you too. And they on Bumble, Tinder, and Hinge on these when they go out of town. When they are in town, they're like, Bumble sucks, Hinge sucks. But when they go out of town, they swipe, swipe, swipe. She might even sold some pussy too. She might even sold some. I don't even know. But it was a train.
Time and one was in another hour so.
Another hour or so later. That probably was the dude that the homeboy. All right, that the dudes was like, damn, we just ran a train on this Chucky the Doll European beach. All right, and then they probably was like, let me get some. Probably dialed in. This is my friend. He wanted to come smash too. And she ain't ashamed about it at all. She gonna clean up her act and want to get married later on. This is not marital material, by the way.
That's
after.
Oh well, yes.
There you go. That's somebody's daughter too, by the way. Boy, it's an evil ass world out here. Whew. All right, it's an evil world. Girls in the world, they ain't nothing but trouble. They gonna do it, man. Don't think they ain't gonna do it. We got a couple more evil things here than the main event. We got an evil world video. We have a woman that's a former escort. She says she's a former escort, but she teaches junior college activity on the internet, just so you guys know. Now, I'm demonetized, but on YouTube, she gets full reign to run and sell her JUCO course on how to teach women on how to sell pussy. All right, just so you guys know. I'm not going to promote her name. And if you know her name, please do not mention her fucking name. All right, I'm not here to promote another goddamn service. All right, but let me see if we can do this real quick. All right, she says right here, boyfriend doesn't care that I slept around. All right, she has a lot of these videos, and she kind of leads in with the same thing. I'm a woman. I slept with 2,000 people for money. That's basically how she starts every video. And you know, she says she's a former escort and she does this, and now she's showing that she can have a boyfriend that doesn't care about her past. So let's see what we got here on this evil world we live in.
And genuinely doesn't care that I've been with hundreds of men back when I used to sleep with men for money. I'm retired now, but when I talk to other industry girls, one of their biggest fears is that they will never find love for a man who truly accepts them and their past. And from my own experience, that fear is really so true. I was in relationships throughout most of my career. Quick side note, Pepper is so cute. Once she gets tired and it's hot, she just refuses to walk and she demands to be carried. Total princess, love her. Anyway, there are men who will accept you. You just have to tolerate nothing less. Like when I was dating, I had zero tolerance for anything but full acceptance. My past, my career, and the fact that I still mentor other workers and remain affiliated with the industry. The more we educate people, the more they realize that this is just a job. The stigma that still exists comes simply from outdated beliefs. I truly believe we're moving toward better times as people become more open and informed. My boy.
By the way, I agree with her on this. This is what I agree with on her on. All right. I know you're going to hear that and say, Coach, what are you talking about? But I kind of talked about and predicted this many years ago that this would be the case. Now, this used to be called the cleanup man. But the cleanup man doesn't really define what it is today. All right. The cleanup man normally was talking about a man that takes on the roles and responsibility of a stepfather, right? The woman kind of ruined herself and had children by at least one man or multiple men, and he came in and cleaned up the mess. That's the cleanup man. But what I said is, well, women are different. They're not going to have children, but what they're going to have is a past. All right. We've already saw examples of this particular past. And then men are going to come in and they won't have much choice, because if she's semi-attractive or somewhat attractive, these men are going to have to, if they want a relationship later on, when she's done with this particular phase, they're going to have to accept this part. They won't have any choice. They're going to have to accept that this is the reality, or it's going to be very much slim pickings. We know this, the Andrew Wilson style. Otherwise, it's going to be severely slim pickings out here, and these men are not going to go without. These men are not going to live without. They're just going to go ahead and go with it and say, fuck it. All right, I'll just take her and I'll be the better man and this type of shit. All right, so let me see if I can actually show this as well here on my activities, my whole activity shit. All right, where's it at? All right, hold on for a second. My activities. Oh, I guess I don't have it. Oh, it should be on my saved. I don't even know how to get to the damn thing. Where's my saved? Oh, I guess I didn't save it. All right, so well, anyway, enough about that. But yeah, I kind of predicted this with Gen Z men. Okay. Gen Z men are going to have to take these deals if they want a relationship. If they want a relationship. Now, I'm not saying that you have to take it, but you're going to be highly likely forced to if you're relationship oriented in your 30s. That's what you're going to have to do. If you're like, coach, I want an ecclesiastical marriage. I'm going to be relationship oriented. I'm going to get someone that is semi attractive to all the way attractive. You got to remember that in the past 10 years, when Gen Z women were between 18 and 28, her past is definitely going to have to resemble something like this. There's like a 70% chance she might have a past similar to this, not extremely like this, but similar to this, where then she's going to say, I want you to accept my past. That's what she's saying right here. My boyfriend, this isn't a guess anymore. This used to be a guess. All right, she probably has a high body count. This woman's coming in and saying, I had a body count. I had a past. I was a sex worker. And then the guy takes the deal. This isn't a guess. This isn't like, coach, you just think she has a high body count. You don't know. No, she literally is telling him. Not only is she telling him, she continues to promote it in the lifestyle to sell and make money. So men are going to have to decide to go in those type of relationships. This is a new time. Even she said it. This is new. We're changing the narrative where women being ran through makes them bad. Their past is bad. It's not that she doesn't have a past or does. She's saying, I do have one, and you can take a deal and find the love of your life. This is for the lover in you. We are in a new day. Okay, we're in a new day and time, gentlemen. Catch up.
My boyfriend genuinely doesn't care that I've been with hundreds of men back when I used to sleep with men for money.
All right, sleep with men for money. Hundreds of men.
Retired now, but when I talk to other industry girls, one of their biggest fears is that they will never find love for a man who truly accepts them and their path.
Okay, so this does seem like it's a strange reality, but in my opinion, gentlemen, I don't think you have a choice. I mean, you do have a choice in the matter. My point is that I don't think you're going to avoid this. Okay, I know you're going to be pissed at me when I say this, because I kind of predicted that this was going to happen, meaning that I knew this marketplace would exist. I know how long a woman typically stays in this marketplace because I have experience, right? I have experience with women like this. And I know, and I hear what they tell me, and I try to tell you on locals just to get you to figure out what's going on. Some women do this. They dip their toe into it. Some women do it for a year. Some women do it for 3 months. Some women do it for a couple of sugar daddies. Some women do it for 2 years or 3 years on OnlyFans. Some women do it and they did porn for like 6 weeks. Some women do it and they just had fun, like they had some girls trips. They went to a cycle or a phase. Some women did it for monetization. They'll do it for 5 years. And they will always tell you, like, yeah, I plan on getting married and I hope a man accepts me and I hope a man does this and I hope he gives me an allowance and then I can stay independent and he's going to be older. And then, so in what I'm saying is you cannot, your choice is going to be limited if you want a relationship. Going forward, old men, Gen Xers, we're not talking about you guys. So I'm going to have a lot of Gen X niggas in here. You guys are 48, 50, 52, 55. We're not talking about you. Okay, so you already have what you have. You have the results of between Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z. Some of you Gen Xers don't want to date Gen Z women. So it's not necessarily a problem you're going to experience, especially if you're single as a Gen Xer or an older millennial and you're only dating within your age range. You have another set of issues. You have the hidden agenda, meaning that you'll never know. All right. You just basically going to try to find the oldest, finest skeezer to settle down with. Right. We're talking about what I initially predicted, men 18 to 30 today, if they are relationship oriented, they're going to have to deal with this reality. And the way men are, you're going to find that more men, if they are codependent and relationship oriented, they're going to pick this choice. No matter what you call them, a simp. We see people doing it and they're famous.
Do you have the stomach?
Okay, we see famous dudes doing this. And the amount of women that experiment, we see Travis Hunter, we've seen Jalen Green, we've seen the soccer player that's now with Saweetie. Women are openly doing it. This is why when people say this is nothing new, no, they're openly doing it and then pulling back after openly doing it and coming back on the regular marketplace. And not only is it women that are in the industry, it is regular women that you don't know. And they're openly saying, hey, I was like that. And they'll say, you're ran through too. You have a past too. This is going to be a new day. I'm telling you, this is a new day. And look at them. Let's say what their ages are. I would say they're probably in the age range of 32. They're probably in that age range, 32-ish. Yeah, y'all not getting no virgins. Y'all not getting women like I remember one time I did a poll where I asked the audience, what would be a high body count for a woman who's 25? And people were picking 5, 10. I'm like,
do you have the stomach?
Okay. Yeah. The racer Hamilton is with Kim Kardashian. Lewis Hamilton is his name. Okay. So we're seeing that. I'm telling you, gentlemen, it is going to be what you're left with, because they have pushed this narrative. The one thing about the agendas and the narratives when it comes to women is that they are never going to relent. They're going to kick the can down the road and they're going to do a death by 1,000 cuts until one man just decides, fuck it. All right, I got no choice. Let's just do it. And it's what it is. But y'all thinking that y'all not going to get women or ran through or they're virgins or they have less sexual experience. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. And there he is right there. And he's showing teeth. All right. He definitely happy with his selection. And now here's the thing with me.
Niggas always gotta show they teeth.
All right. Dudes are going to say, well, CGA, you be at the JUCO having relationships with known skeezers. And I'll be like, yes, but you'll never see me claiming these skeezers. Okay. You're never going to see me claim her. You'll see me have fun and fraternize with these women. You might see me on a vacation with them here and there, onesie twosies. You might see me having a good ass time, dinners, vacation. You're going to see all that. But what you ain't going to do is have me claim them, meaning that this is my girl. Now I might say this is daddy's girl. Okay. But you never going to see me in the background of her video like this saying, yeah, I accepted her for her past and I claim this motherfucker. So yeah, that's going to be a major difference. Like I said, we all love hoes out here. We love hoes and we have fun with these hoes and all of that. And even these hoes can get a buying fix. But what you ain't going to do is see me getting claimed on the internet by one of these hoes and shit like this. You might even see me in a video with some of these skeezers. I'm telling you, but you ain't going to see me going, this is my girl and I accept her past and I'm going to ecclesiastically be in a relationship with her. All right. Nah, that ain't going to be me. All right. I ain't going to be in no monogamous relationship with a former 304. All right. Never that. Okay. So here we go right here. This is where we at.
And from my own experience, that fear is really so true. I was in relationships throughout most of my career. Quick side note, Pepper is so cute.
By the way, she said I was in relationships most of my career. Again, this kind of puts to rest some of the preconceived notions of you people that don't really know what's going on out here. Now, this is a woman. I kind of know her. I've seen a lot of her videos because there's one person in particular that likes to share her videos. Plus, on my Ask Coach Greg Adams channel, my Sugar Daddy channel, I actually talk about these type of relationships. And I think I'm subscribed to her over on my Sugar Daddy channel. She said she's had relationships through her career, which I'm going to tell you, she pretty much talks about while she was selling pussy, she had boyfriends the entire time, which I kind of tell you guys think these are girls and renegades and they out here just selling pussy 24/7 and they don't want relationships. This is false. Some women who are mahi, many of them have relationships. And we call that the spectrum. We call that the spectrum. So for one guy, she's a professional whore. To the next guy, she's a boyfriend, girlfriend. Okay. They're never one-dimensional. A woman is never one-dimensional. The only time she's one-dimensional is when she's going through a phase or an error. Where she's like, oh, I'm going to break up with my boyfriend and I'm going to jump out here, or my boyfriend's out of town, or we broke up for 30 days and she goes out there and whores and she comes back. All right. Most of the time they're on the spectrum. They're doing one thing here and they're doing another thing when the lights go out or behind closed doors. There's most women that are doing these monetized dating, they're on the spectrum. They'll have a boyfriend, they'll have a husband, they'll have a guy that they are doing normal dating with on Bumble, Tinder, and Hinge. Then they'll be on the dating JUCO, they'll be on OnlyFans and selling pussy. They're on a variety of things. They got a boyfriend, they're on OnlyFans, and the boyfriend is the boyfriend pimp, and he drives her and she gets her cheeks clapped by the sugar daddy. It's never one-dimensional. So this is why when dudes call it like prostitution, I say that doesn't really explain it, because they're just not streetwalkers, right? They're also regular women that got regular jobs, real estate agent, leasing agent office. Some of them are psychologists. Dude, I met so many psychologists, therapists, okay, students, lawyers. They're always doing something else, all right? Insurance agents, and then they do this to patch their way through. And then eventually they'll either lock down a relationship they had, or they will backdoor relationship one of their monetized dating guys, or I'm giving y'all too much. I'm giving y'all too much. The spectrum is real. You cannot put them in one damn slot. You can't do it. And then it makes it impossible for you to see other women like that. Yeah, personal trainers. I've seen it, dude. Personal trainer girls. Called them at the strip club. Oh, shit. And she pull up her Instagram. Oh, you a personal trainer? Okay. Yep. Oh, I got clients and I do this and I'm having a seminar. Oh, okay. Well, why are you in the strip club? Well, I do this off and on because, you know, binds need to get fixed. And they will have a boyfriend right there supporting all of it. They'll have a boyfriend taking her to breakfast after she gets her cheeks clapped. It's a cold ass world, bro.
Once she gets tired and it's hot, she just refuses to walk and she demands to be carried. Total princess, love her. Anyway, there are men who will accept you. You just have to tolerate nothing less. Like when I was dating, I had zero tolerance for anything but full acceptance.
Okay, so she's dating, but she also selling punani at the same time. I mean, it happens, bro. Dudes don't think it's happening. No, coach, man, what are you talking about? I only mess with women that go on dates on regular dating apps. Oh, okay. I'll just be looking at these dudes like, yo, you have no fucking clue what's going on out here, do you? All right. Any of my JUCOs watching? All right, because they're watching in shame right now. Some of these bitches are like CGA. You know I'm talking about y'all. All right. I don't name names, though. I don't name names. My JUCOs be nervous. Like, this nigga gonna say me. All right. I protect my identity with the JUCOs. I don't kiss and tell. I don't kiss and tell. All right. Because I got a lot of JUCOs. They be watching my show. All right. They be wanting to know what I'm going to say and shit. And right here, former JUCOs too watch my show. Some of my former JUCOs be watching my show and shit. All right. I ain't going to name your name. I ain't going to name names. But guys, it happens. It happens. This is how it works. This is how it works, man. They just be regular girls going through this. This is just not, it's a spectrum. They're going to find the weak guy to get the relationship out of.
my past, my career, and the fact that I still mentor other workers and remain affiliated with the industry. The more we educate people, the more they realize that this is just a job. The stigma that still exists comes simply.
It's just a job. And look, hoes want to eat too. Hoes want to eat too. They want to eat. They want love. They want to cuddle. They do. Hoes want love too, man. And they want trains and orgies. All right. They look, some women just sexual. I played that woman earlier. She just sexual. She like, I just gotta have sex. Some women just gotta have sex. You know what I mean? And they just sometimes they like, well, I might as well get a couple of dollars for it. I mean, it's what it is. But yeah, man, it is a crazy world that you guys don't even know. It's a fantasy world.
From outdated beliefs. I truly believe we're moving toward better times.
See, there it is right there. Outdated beliefs, moving toward better times. All they have to do is find the right dude that's going to take that deal. And plenty of dudes take these deals, man. I'm going to just let you know. It happens. He says right here, look. He says, I've been on the dark side for years, and I've literally seen this with my own eyes. If you don't know, I feel bad for you. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. That is our brother here. I can't even call his name out. But yes, I've seen it. I've seen too much, and I'm like, God damn. I'm like, it's cold, bro. Women that I done had over for weekends and just come back, got a normal boyfriend. Like, and I'd be like, where you get this nigga from? Yeah. Oh, man. It's evil, man. It's evil, evil, evil. All right, let's see here. We got the main event coming up here. We got a Gen Z woman that says, Gen Z woman that's mad at you niggas for not having genuine love anymore. You guys don't have love in your heart. You don't love these hoes. You don't love Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. You don't love Death Row. Yes, indeed. We got that coming up here. Let me see if Christopher completed his chat. I have a feeling he might have. He didn't. Yes, he did. So let's go back to Christopher's chat since he's a sponsor today. He says, I support you monthly on Locals. I live in Scottsdale. He says, you put me on the JUCO 6 years ago. It's insane at ASU. He's 56. His JUCO is 24. She converted it into a relationship. We call it a backdoor relationship. Not necessarily bad, but it's possible. It's available to you. He says, I gave her my direct deposit for her paycheck. And then he continues on and say right here, he says, hitting you up because you are undefeated and put me up on the JUCO. Oh, by the way, can I know where you got that white sleeve cotton tank from to fly? White sleeveless cotton tank? I don't know where you seen that at. The only one I can think of is one in Brazil. That's the only one that I can think of. But yeah, shout out to you. If you want to know, I got it in Brazil, but I'm not sure if that's the one. But there's one that I got that is in Brazil. It's all white. Let's see here. I got it in Brazil because they fucking lost my luggage and I had to go shopping. Right. So that's the one I'm thinking about. The one from, the shirt from Turks and Caicos. Shout out to you. Let me see if I can pull that up here. Ecclesiastically. The one in Turks and Caicos. All right. Turks and Caicos. Let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. The one in Turks and Caicos. Let's see. I think I have an example. Well, this is one of them. This is one of them. I think this is one. And I think I got that on Amazon. So that's one of them. I got that one on Amazon right there. That's one, but that's not sleeveless. That's not sleeveless, but there is another sleeveless one that has it. Well, I'm in Brazil. So let's see if I can pull that up. And I can tell you that one for sure, I got it in Brazil because they lost my fucking luggage and I had to go shopping in Brazil. All right. And I didn't get my luggage for 2 goddamn days. So I think it's this one. The one I recently wore on a live stream. Yeah, see, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. I think it's this one. And this is me in Brazil. So this one, I mean, that's that one. But that one was because they lost my luggage in Brazil. And so I picked that up in Brazil itself. Let's see what we got. That one. There's that one. I don't know. Let's see here. That's the one. Yeah, that one I got in Brazil. So it was a store. It was a store in Brazil. I didn't get my luggage for 2 days. The airline said you can go shopping, and I literally went shopping and I picked it up in Brazil at one of these stores. Right, at one of the stores that I cannot even remember. But anyway, shout out to y'all on that one. And thank you for Christopher for being a sponsor for today's show. Thank you for supporting today. I appreciate it for doing this work. Oh, hold on for a second. Where's the goddamn here it is? Good luck with your JUCO, Christopher, in Scottsdale, Arizona. King Porter says there's a popular old school dance hall song that says, "Ahu say that Oman can done," meaning that they can have many hours after hours and just wash up and be ready for more. Shout out to the popular dancehall song. I wish I could say it. Do. Who say that I'm can done. I don't even know how it goes, but it translates in they can have many hour after hour and just wash up and be ready for more. All right. Somebody asking, do I do one-on-one consults? Go to my website. You can set one up, gregadams1.com. But yes, when it comes to women, man, I'm telling you, dudes don't get it right. I'm good with sex. They need to pay me. Dude, there might be a chance that you can deliver some good dick. There might be a chance that you can dig women down and you can make them bust nuts. Like women overwhelmingly, and I heard a Man Supporting Men clip the wonderful sister Kendra from Crimson Cure, who was talking about this. And she was talking about when it comes to relationships and marriages, women do not get off on sex, and they have a different reason to have sex. It's not to get off. Now, there's an exception that will prove the rule, but I showed you this before that 80% of women do not have an orgasm due to vaginal intercourse. All right. If they do have an orgasm, it's going to be some clitoral play. And most of the time, they can't even get off. It's very difficult for a woman to get off even that way because niggas got to be rubbing and you got to be. And some dudes can't even get her to get off. That's why they got to have their old, they got to have their autoerotic fantasies going on here. They got to read their smut and get their, they got to be in the mood. They got to be mentally there. If you are a guy that is good in the bedroom, that can get women to do this, do vaginal sex, you are in the top 10% of men. Most women do not get off getting stroked. It is difficult to accomplish. So if you happen to be a guy like that, you will have women to deal with you. Even if you're paying her, you'll have women to deal with you. But even if most women that are getting paid, they don't even want that. But at the JUCO, they kind of want that. That's a double dip for her. She's like, damn, he great at sex and I get in a couple dollars. But when it comes to men that are good doing that in this marketplace, you're still not going to get paid like that. You're not. I know men think that that's going to be the case. It's just as good. She should pay me. I should get paid. You can't be a gigolo out here because it's almost physically impossible for you to be able to do that full time. It's almost impossible for you to do that and make full-time income and depend on a woman that you are attracted to be able to do this. Okay, there's no way. There's no way. I'm just trying to burst that bubble because a lot of dudes have that bubble that they need to burst. I'm going to find me a rich young girl who going to pay me. No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm just letting you know. This is a pipe dream. Give it up. I'm going to find a baddie I'm going to find Bill Gates' daughter and stroke. Okay, you're not. So give it up. Stop trying to compare it. Stop trying to rationalize it. Stop trying to get it to the point where you're competing with women. I'm going to be out here. She should pay me. Okay, when she starts paying you, let me know. At best, what you're going to do is you're going to get maybe some shelter. You're going to get some fucking chicken fettuccine and broccoli, a couch to sleep on. The woman's going to be not what you want. Okay. You're not going to get the woman you want. You're maybe 24. She's going to be 48. My man said, you might be right. I'm certainly right. I'm 50 years old. Trust me. There used to be a show. There used to be a show called Gigolos, and they had this reality show called Gigolos. And what they used to do is show, and it was a fake show. It was proven to be a fake show. But what they were doing is getting young men, 20 and 30, to believe, maybe in their 20s, to believe, oh, maybe I can be a gigolo in Las Vegas. No. They even showed that it was fake. They made the arrangements fake. They had it like these women are going to Vegas. And yes, do women go to Vegas to get digged down? Yes, they do. But do they go pay guys? Every now and then. There's a small marketplace for this, but it's a small marketplace. It's a very, very small marketplace. It's there, but it's so small. You got to be the dream guy, the fantasy nigga, whatever that is, the fantasy nigga for that woman. Very, very small Deuce Bigelow market share. But when dudes are like, I can be that, it's not like a woman wanting to join OnlyFans and making $200. It's going to be, you're going to waste your time, number one. And number two, the Gigolo show didn't show that most of their bookings, 50% of their bookings were gay men. Okay. Gay men. So let's say you're a gigolo and you're known for delivering and being great in the bed. You're going to have gay men sign up too. And they're going to want you to, like Malcolm X described in his book, pour baby powder all over them and jerk them off. All right. And let them play with your ball sack and shit like this. So you're going to have trannies and people that are rainbow and LBGTQ doing it too. And many of these pimps also make money doing this as well. All right. Pimps are not also known to engage in this too. They just won't let you know. So I'm here to tell you, some people be like, here, you might be right. I know way too much about this. It's not it. It's not it. You're not going to be making a career out of this. This is not going to line up with you where you're going to find a woman and she's going to pay you for these services. If she does, it will be for a very short time. You can't depend on this income. It wouldn't even be worth it, because don't you got to have a job too? Right? Don't you got to have jobs? Most of the time she's not paying. Here's another reason why. With women, they can come in and they can charge you, let's say, for an hour. What's going to happen is, the hour is going to make, okay, what the hour is going to consist of. You're like, okay, I got an hour. So that means you got to bust a nut in an hour. When you go in, the woman inherently knows that you're going to bust a nut in 15 minutes. Especially if she just comes in the door, or you go into the door and you ask her to lay down. All right, lay down. You're going to put the condom on, hopefully, and you're going to start stroking her. You're going to bust within 15 minutes or less. At that point, if she does a good job of booking, she doesn't have to book by the hour. It's kind of like what lawyers book. They can book by 15 minutes. She can plan on being out the door, dressed, ready to go on to the next appointment in 30 minutes. Get you the bus in 15 minutes. Hurry up. She could do this, bump, say this. She could say the right thing. Get you the bus in 15 minutes. Go get cleaned up 15 minutes and be out the door in 30 minutes on to the next appointment. So she doesn't have to book by the hour. She could book by the quarter hour if she's that aggressive. Now, for men, you can't do that. Most women who will hire you for it do not want you to come in and get you the bus in 15 minutes. She gonna be like, give me a round, give me 2 rounds, give me a dinner, entertainment, talk to me, whisper some shit in my ear. All right. This is a process. So you got to book 3-hour segments, 4-hour segments, stroke. Second, look at what Cassie was doing. She had them niggas there 24 hours. and leaving with $500 for 24 hours. Whereas a woman can get in there in 15 minutes and get $500 and be out the fucking door and go into her next appointment or going back home and chilling. That's why there's never going to be a significant market share for this type of thing for you to do. You better focus. The reason why I'm telling you this is you better focus and get your fucking life together. Boss the fuck up and stop doing these pipe dream exercises of believing there's a market share for you. You're wasting your time. Be a man. Go get some fucking money, get your life and career together so you're not out here wasting your fucking time with these pipe dreams of out here dating young rich women that are going to pay you to get digged down. It's not going to happen. Old bras to pay you to get digged down. It's not going to happen. At best, you might get shelter. You might find a place to live. You might be able to cuddle up with some fat old bitch. Go get your life together. You're wasting years coming up with shortcuts that is not going to be a shortcut. Trying to compare yourself and compete with women. Well, they should be charging me because I'm good at sex. Bro, go get a fucking life. You're not Jamaican. You're not a Jamaican nigga that's going to put soap all on these fat old whores. You're not. It's not available to you. It's not even available to all the Jamaican niggas out there in Jamaica. There's only a small percent of them Rastafarian niggas that can do this. Okay. So wake the fuck up and get to work. Get to work. All right. Shout out to King Porter with the dance hall song right there. Get to work. This is not for you. It is not built for you. It's not made for you, nigga. You need to go get a goddamn job. All right. Shout out to Rusted Jump. He says romance and love is a fraud. Just rent them. It ain't there for you. The majority. And most of the time, the dude is settling. Most of the time, it's the dude is settling or her, she's settling. Shout out to you, man. But enjoy it. I'm going to tell you, you can enjoy a relationship with a woman you settle with. You can. Just so you know, you're going to be settling, though. I ain't settling. Who sings that? Okay. What are we doing here? All right. This dude right here. I done scared the nigga off, man. Like, leave me the fuck alone. Let me see here. I got some people here. It is Telly David Blanchard says co-sponsorship for the love of the game. Coach Game for life. Telly David Blanchard in the building. Shout out to you. Vasito says coach hoes want to eat too and be broke after 10 or 15 years while you work as a normie. Yes. The one thing about hoes is they're going to be broke at the end of it. Pussy stanking, broke. You're rarely going to find a rich whore. Now, Kim Kardashian is an example of it. And guess what? She keep getting in them relationships. It ain't like she can just rest on her whore laurels. You don't find rich hoes, man. You're not going to find rich hoes. Okay. So guys, I think one thing guys think is that, you know, OnlyFans girls is a few and far between. 0.1% of them are rich. The rest of them aren't. Guys then think that if you give a woman money, and I think I had a content creator, I think it was one of the Shame, Blame, Explain boys, talk about me talking about this math. They were criticizing me. They played a clip and it was like CGA out here trying to criticize. You think these whores are going to come up and make a profit? I'm just going to here to tell you 99% of them do not make a profit. They break even at best. If they do make a profit, the profit's going to a pimp or a manager or something like that. The nightclub, the nigga that owns the strip club at Magic City, they're making the profit. They're not getting rich. Now, are they getting through a buying fix? Are they making it through life? Like, okay, they're using this income to get through life. Yes. But you're never going to find these women have invested the money and bought real estate. Most of them paid their rent. Most of them bought purses and handbags. They went to the goddamn seafood broil and got hookah Hennessy and lamb chops. They went on vacation and bought high heel shoes and jewelry and trinkets. as an independent woman, I mean, they don't make a lot of money. They're not gonna make a lot of money. They got their hair braided and hair done. You know, they got some Botox and surgery, BBL, stomach, tummy tuck, titty implants with the money. I'm just letting you know. So, because guys will be like, they're making money and they're getting rich off of you. They're not. They're not rich. They're not getting rich. They don't even have time. Look, let me tell you like this. I used to do something called model portfolios. People don't know about this because I don't talk about this part of my life for a long time, but the people that know, manicures and pedicures, the people that know, they know. This is how it works. And times are changing because of miracles of modern science. But back in the day, I used to do model mayhem photography. This is hobby photography for people who wanted to take pictures of muses and landscape and this type of thing. But a lot back then, before, you know, Instagram, women would use photographers to do model portfolios. Because of there was not a smartphone and a camera, women had to go get photographers to do what they would call trade for time. Trade for time. So I can't remember what they used to call it. TF, you would trade for prints, trade for time, trade for portfolio, whatever it is. And women would need men to come in with their lighting and camera and Photoshop skills to make them look great. This is before the camera phone. This is before the camera phone. This is when digital SLRs were a thing. And women couldn't do their own photography. Now, today, women can do their own photography in Photoshop and filter right here. They don't need male photographers. So, but before then, they would need a male photographer. And what would happen is there would be a new woman come in with no model experience, and she will come in and she will get a couple of trade for sessions, and then she will start charging the other photographers, right? Oh, I got a couple of, look at my portfolio. She will build her portfolio up with free or trade for, because the guy would want to take a picture of the woman. And most of the time he took some pictures for his private stock. I'm telling y'all way too much game. Because the photographer will be like, okay, the girl will be like, I want to take pictures in these things. All right. And she will bring 4 outfit changes. And then what you would do is say, okay, I want some naked pictures from you. Right. But the naked pictures will never get published. It will just be for his private, or it'll be for his personal website. It's not going to be for her unless she was just wanting to put naked pictures out there. Marilyn Monroe got caught up in this, and this is why she ended up on the cover of Playboy magazine, the first issue. Steep history of this. So what would happen is, trade for prints. What would happen is the women would come in after a few sessions and she would get popular, and then all these other photographers would work for her and they would offer her trade because she worked trade with the other photographers. But she's like, I'm in high demand. I have a portfolio already that I'm satisfied with. These guys have to pay me. Now the photographers would get pissed. All right. These girls coming in with no model experience, they got 2 or 3 model sessions and now they want to get paid. But this is what I have to tell you. And I would have to tell the photographers, because the photographers would get mad. This is what I would tell you. And this is what I'm going to tell men. It's going to all make sense. Yeah, Vanessa Williams was an example of this too. She was trying to, be a legit model, but then she took private stock photos, and those photos became public when she won Miss America, for the people who know. So, this happens for models. Almost all models have to do this, or will do this at some particular point to kind of make it. This is what I have to tell you. When you look at time, similar to women who are selling vagina, or they're famous on Instagram, or when they're famous on, OnlyFans, whatever they're famous on. When you look at time as a photographer, you could take pictures if you have a skill for 30 years, 40 years. If you start earlier, you can take pictures until you're 80, right? Whereas the model cannot technically do this. In today's world, she can extend it. And now we accept older women and they have Botox and miracles of modern science and surgery. But she only has a small window to pull this off, to where it always balances, time always balances it out. Whereas men get frustrated because they're like, these girls are getting rich. No, baby, she can only do this for so long. She got a window of 3 years tops, maybe 5, and that's her putting in work. Sometimes it could be as much as 10, but you're going to make money and you're going to be in position to build your life for 50 years. I can be a man that enjoys women and even create kids and a family till I'm 80. She can't do it. Men get frustrated with these realities of what they exist in now, and they look at it. She's getting rich. She could do this. A sim's going to get her. But you, with a proper perspective, got many decades to do this, where she doesn't. She doesn't. She only has this window, and they're trying to lengthen the window as much as possible, but it's only so much you can do. You can do it for forever. You don't have to worry about her making her bag in 4 or 5 years. You don't have to worry about her getting rich and she's going to do this for 30 and 40 years. Only a small percentage, 0.1% of them are going to be doing that. Kim Kardashian. And still she gets in relationships and still. So it is kind of one of these things where you got to look at it from the proper perspective. I wrote about this in my book, The Evolution, where the world just is shaped for men. But when you're young, when you don't have anything to leverage, it seems like it's a bad deal. And it seems like the women in your generation are getting away with it and you're not going to catch up. You will. You'll catch up. Eventually, they're going to run out of steam. They're going to run out of willingness to do it. I don't know how many women that I met that were former models and they are washed out. They're washed out of the modeling industry. It's a very tough industry to last in. And there's a new woman coming in every week. There's steep competition, and there's a lot of nefarious things that happen in that industry that those women are going to wash out. It's not just taking pictures and walking runways. They got to sell pussy on yachts and get harassed and date billionaires to do really nasty things. And they're going to eventually go, this is too much, where they could make millions doing it. You know, they could be Angelina Jolie doing it forever and getting away with it. But most of them wash out. When I say most, I mean 99% of them wash out. I had a cousin that was a model. She was a little bit older than me. And I remember they was talking about, oh, she's in music videos. This was in the 90s. Yeah, this was in the 90s. She's in music videos. She lived down in Atlanta. She's in this. She's in New York. Man, shit. By the time I caught up with her to see if she was doing it, she had already been washed out the industry. It was less than 2 years. I was like, you still modeling? She was like, nah, I couldn't really do it no more. That was it. 2 years in her early 20s. Done. Okay. Washed the fuck out because she saw what happened behind them closed doors. She was like, oh my God, in order to go to that level, you got to do this and that and sell your soul. And then they end up getting washed. Then they try to survive regular life with a kind of a skewed reality of what's real and what's fake. All right. They date a lot of billionaires and millionaire niggas and got tricked on and taken here and there and flown around. Now they got to see what regular life is like. And it's very difficult. So their adjustment is very difficult. Do they end up with somebody in the end? Certainly do. As long as it ain't you, nigga. Right? A man supporting man says, you ain't lying, coach. I met an elementary school teacher and an apartment manager on SDM. Okay, you're dealing with regular women. Okay, these are not women that are just full-time lifers. They're women that are going, you know what? I can do this. And I can't tell you how many professional women I've met. Anyway, what are we doing here? Bartenders and hostesses at restaurants and career women and women that work for city council. I can see it all, bro. City council bitches. I mean, I remember there was a chick. She worked for the city council of Las Vegas. I can't look. Don't contact me and ask for the name, nigga. I was like, yo. Ain't no stopping them. Bitches that work logistics. These regular girls, psychologists, therapists. Like, whoa. Oh, man. So, and not only that, these are people you know. There's a stat. There's a stat that says in your entire lifetime, you've probably met 3 murderers in your life. Okay, I want you to think about this. I don't know if it's real or not. You guys can look it up. And if you live in an inner city, you probably met more. But in your lifetime, you have come into close contact with at least 3 people who have committed a homicide. Now, again, you got to take a serious life, a long life. And in your, he said, I got 3 in my family. Shit, I got 1 in my family. All right. I got 1 in my family confirmed. All right. So I know it's the truth. But if you're in the inner city, you probably met way more. All right. You probably come across a lot of niggas that killed. And that's not talking about military people. But you have in your life come across at least 3 people who have killed a person. Now, I want you to think about this. And the reason why I'm saying this is in your day, you have met at least 3 women that are on the JUCO. Every day you go outside. You cold approached them. You tried to get their number. You tried to holler at them. You looked at her. You watched her ass go left, right, left at Starbucks. You didn't see her at Jamba Juice at the gym. You didn't see her at the gym. Remember, Shannon Sharp's girl met Shannon Sharp's girl. Wait, Shannon Sharp met that white girl at Equinox, and she was an OnlyFans girl. If you live in Los Angeles, you met 3 in an hour. Every hour you met 3 at the Whole Foods. You met 3 at Whole Foods. That is JUCO Calico. At Whole Foods, the gym, getting the motherfucking at brunch. If you in Las Vegas, you meet 3 motherfucking every 10 minutes. Okay, you don't even know. You have no clue. You live in Brickell. You see 3 just everywhere you turn. You see 3. So it just depends on where you live. If you live on Manhattan, if you live on some side of Soho, Tribeca, Manhattan, the West Side, you don't even know them. They just walking out normal with their regular shit on. You have no fucking clue. Right? You have no clue because it's that common. But people don't see it. Anyway. But that's how deep and steep the monetized dating marketplace is, the JUCO. But you guys talk to girls. You guys have talked to girls at nightclubs in the Valley, San Fernando Valley in California. And she mahi. And you got her phone number. You got her WhatsApp. And she just ain't charged you yet. Because she knows you're a normie nigga. You a square. But who thinks I'm wrong here? Who thinks I'm wrong? Dude, I remember when I went to school in the San Fernando Valley, which is the porn capital of the world. Yeah, Japan, you won't even have a clue, bro. You won't even have a clue. I mean, they come out looking normal, but then they be working in a 4x4 in Brazil, and they come out regular dressed. It's crazy. But I remember, what was I going to say? I was going to say something. I forgot. Somebody remind me. What was I gonna say? And the women out here mad as fuck. I'm exposing they shit. But I'm just telling you, man, you have no clue. What was I saying? I was in somewhere, San Fernando. Oh, yeah. So I went to school. I remember one day my homeboys told me, she was like, you see that girl? And this is before DVD. This is before internet. He was like, you see that girl over there? She does porn. And I looked over at the girl and I was like, her? And they was like, yes. And I was like, how you know? It was a regular white girl, pale skin, light hair. She had lightish hair. She wasn't fully blonde, but it was like, it was not strawberry blonde. It was like dirty blonde, like sandy blonde, this type of hair like this. Regular, no makeup, very little makeup, no eyelash. These bitches run around here with eyelashes today, everybody of every race. No eyelashes, nothing. This was in the 90s though. But I was like, how y'all know? So I go up to her. We're in school. We're in the cafeteria. And I was like, I'm going to ask her. I'm going to ask her. And she literally is at a community college. We were at a community college. All right. So the literal JUCO. I was like, I'm going to ask her. So I go up to her because the cafeteria is where we ran and played spades. So we was kind of loud, but she was sitting like 5 tables away. I literally walked up over onto her, sat at the table, and I did the whole small talk. Hey, how you doing? And she was completely nice to me. She didn't look like a whore. She was, and I was just like, hey, yeah, I was like, so the people are talking, and they were like, they said that you do prawn. And she was like, yeah, I've been in some videos. Now, remember, I'm like 18, 19. I'm flabbergasted because what we think of what a whore and a harlot looks like and what they really look like during daytime are 2 different things. But I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, but she described it as it's not what you think. She doesn't get rich off of these things. Most of these girls don't get rich and they kind of get washed out. They got a short window that they can do it. And by the time they get involved in it, they're not going to make a lot of money. They're going to probably make money in their first couple of 5 scenes, and then they're going to get recruited into doing some very, very debaucherous stuff. And basically, she was like, it ain't enough to depend on. It's not enough to depend on. But she was like, yeah, it's true. I know people are talking about me, but because she could see everybody's laughing and sniggling and sniggling, right? And sneering at her. This is in the early 90s. So she knows, everybody knows she's been discovered. Somebody, one of these gooner niggas, done figured out that was the girl. And yeah, just like that. Very suburban, regular girl. You wouldn't even have a clue. Okay. Okay. So it happens. But like I said, people are here talking about, well, it can't be because I cold approached this woman and I got her phone number. She can't possibly be on the dark side. I'm like, you guys are lost. You guys are lost. But then want to say they doing whole activity. Well, I'm just letting you know. Letting you know, man. There's a lot of girls that are strippers that you have no clue. Strippers. Where's that girl at? All right, anyway, we got the main event. We caught up here. What I'm telling you is you're going to see a lot of men. You're going to get into a relationship with a woman and you won't even have a clue. In the next 5 to 10 years, 15 years, y'all won't have a clue. You won't even know. And she ain't going to tell you neither. She's not going to tell you. You better do a thorough investigation on this person. Do not trust what they say. Some of these girls worked at Hooters, Tilted Kilt, and you won't even know. Ladies, where y'all at? Y'all quiet right now. And I think Tilted Kilt is just as much JUCO as anything. Tilted Kilt, Hooters, hostess at a restaurant, flight attendant. These are all monetized dating. Bottle service girl, cocktail waitress. These are all bartender. These are all monetized dating activities because, and I'm going to tell you why, all of these women get offered and solicited at these jobs. Okay. Now, they're going to tell you that they don't take any of these deals. It's going to be false. They're going to take a deal here and there, onesie, twosie, here and there's. They're going to take a deal. They're going to take a deal that they can't fucking refuse. A guy out of town wants to fly her out for the weekend, and she does this shit for a couple of weekends, and she done it. All right, flight attendant, bottle service girl, hostess at a restaurant. So they're going to eventually take one of these. Cocktail waitress at a strip club. Oh, I'm not a stripper. I'm just a cocktail waitress. They get hit on too. They can get sold up. They can sell a VIP room too. They can get a nigga's phone number too and have a sugar daddy relationship with them. And she's just a cocktail waitress. She don't get naked. She don't strip. People don't. Yeah, hotel hostesses. Eventually, they'll get so many offers and then be like, oh, man, you know what? And she'll even show you, oh, this guy right here, offer me this. She'll tell you stories. He offered me this. He offered me that. But then when you go down to it, she took onesie, twosie, here and there's. She took a dealsie. All right. And she ain't gonna tell you nothing about it. And she kept that dealsie right under her motherfucker. And she probably still got that dealsie. You're dating her, and she still got it. So when she tell you she got to go to Miami, she got to take a weekend trip, guess who she going to go see? Her little dealsie, her little ones and twosie, her here's and there's. Her ones, two skis. Yeah, couch surfers. Yep. Well, I just couch surf. I just go here and then I just hang out there. I just go backpack. That's how she pays her rent. She probably will tell you, oh, I got a guy. How many this happens all the time, especially on the dark side. They'll have a woman that'll be like, oh, I live in this place. The landlord lets me live there. And he's married. And I get a deal on the rent. Bro, she fucking that landlord. She's whoever she owes. Oh, he lives. I stay in this place. They got a place. It's a married couple. He's older. And they got two. And I stay in the guest house or I stay in the house. Nigga. She fucks that guy at least once or twice a month. Just to let you know, nigga, do not think nobody getting off on for free like that. She taking a discount, a pussy discount. That's an example of a monetized dating that gets hidden under some other category of which you're like, I don't see her on the Figueroa Boulevard. That's an example. When the woman falls down and she pretty and she like, oh, my landlord lets me stay here. It's his second guest house and him and his wife comes and goes. The ladies are mighty quiet here. Okay. She fucks that guy. Or at least lets this nigga, finger her or something. Come on, man. There's a 80% chance she doing something or she did something to that guy or with that guy or for that guy, or she does it once a month here and there and sweeps it under the rug and lets it go. The wife might be in on it. I know y'all think it's not. The wife is in on it. It is what it is. Nobody getting shit out here for free, just on GP. Let's do the main event. Okay. Let's do the main event and take a look at this. And I'm trying to enlighten you because I have knowledge of this, but a lot of people just are fighting it. Don't fight me on this one, guys. Just listen to me. Here we go. Main event. Main event. Let's knock it out of the park. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on for a second. That's the wrong thing. The main event. All right, we have a woman. Her name is India. Let's see what her name is. Her name is India Love. That's what her name is. India Love says that men, speaking of, men are complaining about high prices and looking for discounts. She's obviously talking about black men. But before we get into that, we have a young Gen Z woman that is frustrated with the current dating marketplace. And I should make videos related to this for the women. Ladies, if you're a so-called good girl, just tuck in, baby. It's going to be a long, hard-ass ride out here for you. So this woman says these men, she's having a mental breakdown. She cannot find love. All right. She says her fellow Gen Z boys are saying that she doesn't look like someone seeking genuine love. They say her problem is just the bills she has to pay alone. Okay, so let's see what this video is about. Again, relationships are about finances and economics, even if the woman says it's not and the men still don't trust it. She's a cutie. This woman will be classified as a cutie. So let's see what this cutie's talking about here.
You want me to be honest? I'm angry. I'm mad. I'm fuming. I'm on fire. I'm mad because I care more about you than you care about me, and that's how it's always fucking gone. I'm tired of it. I'm mad. I'm angry. I'm tired of feeling so much. I'm tired of being in my head. I hate it. I'm angry.
Oh my goodness, she even got the humanity. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh my goodness, Lord have mercy. Whose daughter is this right here?
What the
Ugh.
hell? Oh my God, no way.
Oh my goodness, man. This thing is like she's gonna be a stage 5 clinger right here. Okay, goodness, she mad. Who made her mad out here? It certainly wasn't me. Her name is Yuck Mouth because she don't brush. All right, goodness gracious. All right, who daughter is this? She pissed off about it here.
Angry. I'm angry. I'm angry. And no matter how much I try to let go of it and give it to God, it's still so heavy.
All right, God don't care. God's away on business. All right, God don't care about your fucking love life. All right, God told me to tell you that.
I feel hopeless. I feel humiliated. I'm embarrassed. I'm confused.
Yeah, man, because everybody's been taught wrong on how to pursue these things. This woman is taking advice from too many women, too many bitter women, and too many feminists. So she doesn't know what to do. Okay.
And I can't ask for help.
Because you don't have nobody to reach to. You ain't got no father. You ain't got no father figures. You don't listen to men. You don't trust men. Men have violated you, right? You know, she's been ran through by dudes that are outside her league. Okay, let's continue.
I'm over it, bro. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. Sick of this. I don't want to feel anymore.
Okay, so this is what happens. I think what happens typically is the women then stop feeling. They start getting sprung. They just turn their feelings off. Then they'll go fuck, fornicate, sell some pussy. You can go travel and do a whole phase and feel like it's not going to damage them, and it'll further damage them. Let's continue.
Feeling's what's supposed to make somebody a person, and I don't even want to feel anymore. I'm just done.
How old do you think this woman is, young lady? I would say 25. She's like 25, exhausted by the jerk. She's looking to finesse some dude out of a relationship. I don't know what's going on. She's not really explaining, and I think people are kind of jumping to conclusions about what her real point is. All right, I don't know. But I have young women just like this that will love come over and let me choke them out. All right, 100%. All right, get little cuties to come over here and get that bind. It is what it is. Okay.
I'm done.
All right, so she's done. You know, she's upset about a variety of things, but there's no genuine love out here anymore for men and women. It's tough because we're becoming divided. We know this is the case, and we're both getting counter information that doesn't help each other come together. It basically allows us to defend ourselves. We're at a stalemate, and it's difficult for young people to actually have these healthy relationships. We're talking about healthy relationships. And somebody says she's not done. She'll be back. Right? She'll be back. She's going to have another offer. She's going to have another DM, another text messages. She's going to have be bored, and she's going to fire up Bumble or Hinge, and she's going to have 28 matches in 10 seconds. And she'll just go here and go, well, there's some guys out. There'll always be guys out here. Okay, but is she a virgin? Is she, you know, clean? Does she have a good reputation? Does she have any of these things? Does she have the ability to serve a man? Does she have the ability to find a man at her young age that is her similar age that will serve her? Well, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But this typically is what happens when they get into these situations, is that they will follow women like this, India Love. And India Love here is, you guys know her. She was previously linked to several people. Game, the rapper The Game, Jimmy Butler. She was linked to DDG, the live streamer. She was linked to Soulja Boy Tell 'Em, and a variety of other men, athletes, entertainers, streamers, and these type of things. She's been linked to lots and lots of men. And not that long ago, 3 weeks ago, she was previously saying this, that she done turned her life over to the Lord at age 30, and that she's looking for love. Okay, remember this? I covered this on the Free Agent Lifestyle channel. India Love breakdown cries on stream, reminiscing her mistakes in her teenage days after she just turned 30. She says, I let people take advantage of me.
A lot. I went through a lot in my teenage phase. I went through a lot in my 20s. I made a lot of mistakes, and there was a lot of people who drugged me through the dirt for it. And I believed it for a long time. I wasn't nice to myself because of what others said about me until I knew who I really was. And whose I really was, which is yours, Lord. Now nobody can shake how I feel about myself. Nobody.
Yeah. Only God can judge me.
Nobody can change how I feel about myself. Nobody can change how I view myself. I've been through a lot.
A dick.
I've been through a lot in
A dick.
my teenage phase.
A lot of dick.
I went through a lot in my 20s.
And a lot of dick.
I made a lot of mistakes. And
a lot of mistakes with dick.
There was a lot of people who.
A lot of niggas with dick.
Who drugged me through the dirt.
Drug her through the dirt with dick. All right, anyway. Allegedly. Allegedly. All right, I don't know if that's it right there. All right, here we go right here. We got this woman. Now, India Love says this here recently. Okay, she says this. This is terrible, terrible, man. India Love, if you're watching me, come get drugged through the dirt with CGA. Okay, here we go right here. Let's see. We got India Love that wants to report this now. She says this. Here we go. Hang on tight.
Just as a man, I don't want to hear you say nothing about discounts, cheaper. Even if you do, like, I don't mind you getting a discount. I don't mind you preferring cheaper and things of that sort. I don't want to hear it as the lady. Like, I don't want to hear you got a problem with no prices and nothing. If I don't live my life that way, I don't want my man to express himself that way. You could feel that way. You could organize it aside from me somewhere else. But as soon as I hear somebody say, that's too much, how much is it? Oh, that shit pisses me off. Just as a woman. Personal preference. This is just me talking, okay? I cannot deal with that shit. I hate when guys like complain about prices and things and want like shit to be cheaper. Like, and you could feel that way. Just don't express it out loud near me because I don't do that. Like, I like the finest of the finest. I pay top dollar for certain things in life, which is most of everything. And I would want my man to as well. Like, you know, like, please, like, I don't, even if, you know, just.
Well, that didn't last long. That was literally 3 weeks ago. She was giving her life to the ecclesiastical Lord and ready to turn her life over to the Lord. And I'm yours. Only God can judge me and my sins all washed away. Now she's saying, I don't like men who want discounts and don't want to pay for full price. Now, let me just tell you, bro. Let me just tell you. When
your rent's due, motherfucker.
Hey, man, y'all want to deny me, but here we go. You know, a lot of women follow her. She was at Streamers University, if y'all don't know. So I just want to look at the optics here. Jesus, take the wheel. Take it from her now. I don't want to do this on my own.
When I start selling pussy, I don't want to hear it.
Jesus, take the wheel. Take a look at these optics here, bro. Whose child is that in the back seat? Number one, whose kid is that in the back seat? Number two, why is that child not in the car seat? I think that the height of a kid that needs to be in the back seat needs to be what, 90 pounds? I don't know what the poundage is, bro. 40, 45, 50. I guarantee you that kid don't weigh 40, 50. Nova weighs damn near 70 pounds. Who kid is that? And why are they not in a proper restraining seat? Like, what the fuck, bro? That little cross belt seat belt is not enough for that little toddler in the back seat. This is crazy optics. These hoes really got their priorities not straight. This is why when I tell you they don't get rich, man. They be making bad deals. They'll have a dude, these dudes, you be like, oh, they gave her a car. And she'll be like, this dude gave me a car. No, he didn't. He leased a car in his name, and now she drives the car. She has access to the vehicle. But guess what? Soon as she stopped fucking and sucking on him, he gonna repossess the car. And y'all be like, he bought her a car. He ain't that dumb. He ain't that dumb. He gonna buy her a car, and that car has a deal attached to it, meaning that she can't drive other niggas around to it. She can't take that car to go see other niggas. All right, soon as he find out, she got to suck and fuck. Soon as he find out and she stops doing that and renegers, he gonna take that car and repossess it. And then she gonna be without a car. How do I know? I know it. I've dealt with women just like that. Number one. Number two, essentially what's going to happen is the car going to get repossessed when she can't keep the payments. He might have put the down payment on the car, but she got to keep up the payments. Soon as she can't keep up the payments, it's getting repossessed. Or number three, what's going to happen is she's going to get a child endangerment, a DUI, and then she ain't going to be able to drive that car. She's going to have to park it. Trust me, I've seen this way too much. She's going to have to park the car or sell it, or her parents going to have to drive it. Trust me, I've seen this shit. And some other dude got her the car or gave her the finances to get the car, the down payment. But trust me, she goes left. Okay. All right. So, and it's probably in her name. And yep, her credit going to be ruined. She going to get evicted and shit. It happens. So she might think that I got a price and these dudes are asking for discounts. You can still make a deal with them. All right, you could be like, okay, I ain't gonna give you cash, but here you can access to this car and blah blah blah. As long as you sucking and fucking me and don't see any other niggas. All right, then she'll take that deal and she'll end up seeing another nigga on the side because she'll have another deal, a secret arrangement, and then he'll find out and he'll want her to get the car back or he'll repossess it himself because they're always gonna fumble the bag. They're always gonna drop the ball. They can't help themselves because they think they're finessing and tricking you out of it. And then you help her out and then you end up pulling. You know how one girl I was messing with at the JUCO, she ended up getting evicted after I pulled back out of a deal. Pause. She thought she had it made. She had a good deal. She was out here rubbing her hand like Birdman. And 45 days later, I was like, nope, pull back. And then she ended up circling the block and coming back months later. And then I looked her up. She got evicted like several months, like 2 or 3 months after I pulled back out of the deal. I was like, dumb bitch. And then she ended up, the reason why I looked her up is she called back. She was like, yeah, let's see if we can work it out. She came back and crawled back out of her fucking hole. She had a new address. I was like, let me pick you up. She was like, oh, I moved. So I was like, let me look her up. Looked her up and she got evicted. But what they'll tell you is all these dudes are doing this, all these dudes are doing that, and you need to do this and you need to do that. Nah. They don't think long term. They always thinking, okay, I got this one, and I'm going to go ahead and line up something else. Okay, even your wives will do it. Your wives will get you to get the engagement ring and settle down and buy the house. Soon as she has that investment stage fulfilled, guess what she starts doing? Girls' nights out. So people think that this is only going to be JUCO. No, this is how they operate. This is their bird brain. This is how they work. Soon as they get the kid, soon as you done bought the house, soon as your ass done committed to the job and moved her in, soon as you have all of that and she got the ring, guess what? She like, okay, I'm going to girls' nights out to go shake my ass with the girls. It never fails with them. They're never going to just be like, this is enough. This is enough. This is all I want. I just want this and this is it. They always going to be like, okay, I got this. Let me reach to that. 98% chance they're going to do this. The women who don't do this, they're way older. 38, 40, 42, 50. They're up way past that. They've already learned and dropped the ball. So then they might get into that later on in life. But you're talking about women 18 to 32, 35. They all going to do this shit, bro. They can't help it. They cannot help it. I know it's pre-programmed into them. You better be prepared for it. You better be prepared for it. If you're not, you're going to get fucking sideswiped. I don't care how you're dealing with them. This is how they work. It's a natural thing that they cannot fucking beat. And then guess what? They end up 42 talking about they was in an abusive relationship and 3 long-term relationships and they never slept around and they just out here trying to find an honest man and they start hitting you with that bullshit. Okay, at 42 with 2 divorces under their fucking belt, ruined credit, lawsuits, evictions, busted career opportunities. They'll be like, I'm ready to retire. I'm done. Okay, let me show you this one real quick. You know what? Now that we're talking about it, I'll show you in real time. That's her right there talking about that. I'll show you in real time another example. Let me see here. Go to my history over on YouTube. Okay, I'll show you a woman saying this, and this is in Colombia. All right, let's go here. Let's put this on the screen. It's the same thing. So you got it's always a price. It's always like this idea. So this woman right here, this woman is in Colombia. This is the Medellin Buzz. This woman right here, she's a divorcee. She already been married and divorced. She's in her late 30s or early 40s. This is what she says here.
Attracts you to a man.
So I think it has changed with time, you know, because when you were in your 20s, it was like, oh my God, he looks like Brad Pitt. You know, then after it's like, oh my God, he's as smart as Elon Musk or something like this. So you change a little bit. For example, for me and the girls, I guess, professional girls like myself in their 40s, I think stability, the guy has to be smart, driven, because right now you are thinking about the future. You are thinking about how to retire, you know. I don't want to work forever. I want to retire, I hope, in the next 2 or 3 years. A guy that is kind, funny, light, no drama, that he's planning also in the future. You don't want like to date somebody that is just living in the present and that's it, you know. We don't have like a safety net. The government is not there for us, you know. We don't have a pension from the government like maybe in other countries. If you pay your pension, yes, you are going to have it. But if you don't, what? Who is going to help you? So
Look.
And that's you.
Bruh, if that's not.
And that's you. And that's you.
Bruh.
And that's you.
See, gentlemen, I know people think that this is putting down women. I'm not trying to put down women. I'm trying to give you the game. Men are in love, women are in business. Men are in love, women are in business. Women look at relationships, not in love. They look at it. You cannot defeat this. They'll tell you, no, I really love him. But when they get a chance to just, okay, baby, tell me what you want. It's always going to be in their best interest for survival, safety net, economics. Money's always going to be a part of the deal. You cannot avoid this. But she will say no. If I just told her, if I played back what she said in CGAism, she will deny it. This is what I would say to her. This is what I would say. Okay, so let me get this straight. So you had a marriage, you had a divorce, you fumbled the bag. All right. We should interview your ex-husband. And then you went through the marriage will. You got what you wanted and you divorced him. Now you're back out here. Okay. And now you're looking for somebody who has stability, but you're past your prime. Like I would just, you're past your prime and you're trying to get safety net, a retirement plan. You're looking for a guy who has stability, no longer looks, no longer good dick. All right. You're looking for stability. You're looking for a retirement plan so you can retire and then he can continue to work and then support you into your mid 40s, 50s, into your 60s and 70s. Is that what you said? She would be like, no. So you're looking for a sucker, a simp. No, you're looking for somebody to take advantage and clean up the bullshit. Is that what you want? She'd be like, no, that's not true.
And that's you.
And I would say, okay, hold on for a second. Let's play the shit again. Okay. Let's play back what you said. And this is Medellin, Colombia, by the way. Men are in love, women are in business. Let's play back what you said, ma'am. And I'll break it down to you like a fraction.
That are like super loud. For you and your friends or females like you that are professionals, what attracts you to a man?
So I think it has changed.
Okay, so it has changed. Okay. It's changed. Oh, okay. So Explain how it's changed. Please explain.
Time, you know, because when you were in your 20s, it was like, oh my God, he looks like Brad Pitt. You know?
Okay, so she's going for looks. This is where younger dudes be like, look, status, money. Look, status, money. King 6'8" the great, height. All these things that tend to be things that make it difficult for you when you have nothing. You lose because that's what she's looking for. She's trying to get the best of the best, trying to pass on her seed to the best of the best. The people who are going to get the most out of her are the people who are going to have the looks, whatever it is, looks, status, whatever it is, humor, height. Okay, those are going to be the people who get it from up front. 20s, she said. Now, what else is going to happen?
You know, then after is like, oh my God, he's as smart as Elon Musk or something like this. So you change a little bit for
okay, so that's
you.
So she said smart, as smart. So it didn't, you couldn't really hear it. She said he's as smart as Elon Musk. He can look like Elon Musk, but smart. But she even said the Elon Musk billionaire and smart. But let's continue.
For example, for me and the girls, I guess, professional girls like myself in their
professional girls. This is not an escort, by the way. She's saying she's professional. Okay, not a professional escort, a hooker or a freelancer. She's saying a professional, a corporate executive, PhD.
40s. I think stability, the guy has to be smart, driven.
Stability, smart, and driven.
And that's you.
Stability. So there goes height. Hey, handsome. Hey, handsome. Height gone. All right. He don't have to be 6'2", maybe 5'10". All right. Maybe 5'9". All right. 5'8". Okay. Where the short kings at? 5'7". Okay. Short and rich. Let me get a combination. Okay. As long as he's ambitious and short, I can deal with it. I'll take it. Hey, handsome. Okay. So now you're handsome. Or did he say rich as Elon Musk? I thought she said as smart, but here we go.
Because right now you are thinking about the future.
Now you're thinking about the future at 40. And the reason they're thinking about the future at 40 is because they don't got much time to work. All right. When you're talking about these women that say, I make my own money, I get my own bag, I can find a way to make my own money. In my theory, not even my theory, in my experience, women that are saying that are not over 45. Once a woman gets about 40 and 42 and 45, she's reached a corporate grinder, or she has hit the glass ceiling, or she has realized that the economy is unstable. And she's thinking, am I going to work until I'm 65? Some women will push it to 50 and go grind hard. Once they hit about 45, 50, they're ready to slow it down. They're ready to slow it down and not grind as hard. So they will look at a relationship as a way to bail herself out of that. Let me find somebody that's stable, and then you get with her with your goofy ass, and then she starts to do less and less work. She'll work less and less hours. She'll grind less and less. She'll want to go soft. So that's what she's saying here. This is a natural thing. She'll get laid off 2 or 3 times and go, this ain't worth it. Okay. She'll have to realize she got to grind it out and sell real estate, and it's a grind. She don't want to grind that shit out in her 50s. So she's now thinking, when can I get off of this?
Thinking about how to retire, you know? I don't want to work forever. I want to...
There it is. I don't want to work forever. I mean, listen, this is Colombia. This is where y'all going to run down there and find women. But of course, y'all going to find 20-year-old hookers. All right. And she's got to be 40 out there trying to find success in Colombia. I don't want to work forever. Of course not. So I'll use dating, relationships, and marriage. Men are in love, women are in business. Okay. And then how dare you not like me, you pedophile, because you like 22-year-old women.
To retire, I hope, in the next 2 or 3 years.
Okay, who retires at 42? Nobody. So she hopes you American simp ass niggas gonna come out here and be like, yeah. Who retires with no retirement funds at 42? Let's say 45. Divorced once. Possibly has children. Come on.
A guy that is kind, funny, light, no drama.
And that's you.
She's not going to put up with no drama.
He's planning also in the future. You don't want...
Yeah, he's planning in the future. He's not a loser. I want somebody that got his life together.
Like to date somebody that is just living in the present and that's it, you know? We don't have like a safety net.
There it is. No safety net. Okay, so this is what happens in America. They have a safety net. They have a safety net. Women have a safety net. As long as they have corporation, as long as they can go back to school, as long as they can go on welfare, as long as they can reach to the government and dip in your pockets with child support, that's a safety net. Because when you go to international women, they don't have the safety net. This is why typically men get better treatment from women internationally. This is the number one reason you get better treatment from women internationally. Not because they're submissive and trained and got culture, because y'all dealing with fucking hookers down there. You're dealing with women that sell pussy. You're not dealing with the high level women in the mainstream career women. You're dealing with women that suck dick. All right. So the reason why those women tend to cooperate faster is because they don't have government safety net. In the Philippines, they got no government. In Colombia, they don't have a government. In Brazil, they don't got a government safety net. They don't got that in Costa Rica. They don't got that shit in Honduras. They don't got that shit in Venezuela. They don't have it in Thailand. They don't have it in Japan. Okay. So that's why when you show up, they start batting their eyes. They're in business too. They start telling you how great they are and shit. They ain't got 401k. They ain't got pensions. They don't got social security. They don't got child support. They don't got divorce court. They don't have any of these fucking arms that American women have. So you niggas going down there and getting finesse. Oh, they nice. Okay, here we go.
Government is not there for us. You know, we don't have a pension from the government like maybe in other countries. If you pay your pension, yes, you are going to have it. But if you don't, what? Who is going to help you? So for us, I guess, stability is important. Somebody that is planning the future with you.
Okay, planning the future with you. What, man?
And that's you.
You're 40 talking about planning the future. But so this is where India Love is now. Going back to her, and then we'll wrap it up because I know the East Coast niggas was like, yo, coach, man, come on, man. You doing me dirty out here. So back to India Love. Talking about discounts. Ma'am, now India Love is 30 with somebody else's kid. And now she's trying to keep the prices high. Well, India Love, yesterday's prices aren't today's prices, as they say. I think I said it right here. Yesterday's prices aren't today's prices. Every Gen Z girl is not worth the price in their head. But because India Love is in that Gen Z category, and because the economy, and because they're looking at their own bottom line, okay, they look at their bottom line and go, well, this is what I need to survive, and this is what my price is. Whatever the price is, the price for a relationship, the price for an engagement ring, the price for a marriage, the price for sex, the price for dating, the price for intimacy. There's a price. All women have a price. They have a bottom line for the majority of men. But the price in your head doesn't match up with the price economically. So let's just say you're a freelancer and you go from bar to bar, and here in Hong Kong, I can go to Hong Kong. By the way, you know, you go to nightclubs in California, Miami, and women, you approach them, those are freelancers. All right, women approach you, those are freelancers. Those are women that sell pussy. But you don't know it because we don't have a culture of it. But when you go to Hong Kong and I go to a bar, there's women that walk up. There's women at the restaurant know are freelancers and let them go out there to sell pussy to people and get drinks, get you to buy them drinks. We have the same culture in America. We just don't call it that. We call those women just nightclub girls. But when you go anywhere else internationally, they let these bitches sit in the hotels, in the hotel lobby, in the bars, in the restaurants. They let these bitches just walk around the restaurant, the club, and the casino. They just let them walk the carpet. And they just let you sit down. They don't kick them out and shoo them away. They just let them there. The bar gets a kickback from them. The niggas that run the bar are the pimps. So, yeah, Vegas is like that. A woman comes up to you in Vegas. Can I sit here? Can I sit down? All right. Hi, daddy. Hi, handsome. Or you need a date? That's what they do in Vegas. Or you think she out here to just hang out until that bitch say it's $650. I got a room at the top. Come on up. $650. So, and you're like, what? Huh? You're not ready. So in that, a lot of dudes don't know that women inherently have a price related to them. But just because that freelancer says, well, it's going to be $500, doesn't mean that's the price. That's the price in her head. So she's gonna go home empty-handed today, as opposed to making a deal. Okay, what do you have? 250. I give you 150, 175. She's gonna say no. That's the price in her head. But economically, that's the price. So she's complaining that the men aren't paying the price of her worth or asking for discounts. That's not asking for a discount. That's simple negotiation. I'm negotiating. You don't have a set price. The economy has the price, or the price for the moment. I don't know if you guys know, and I'm putting y'all up on game. If you go to Thailand and you go to a bar girl and you want to take that bar girl home with you, if you go at 10 o'clock, the price is high. If you wait till 2 a.m., the price is half, maybe a third. Mama-san ready to motherfucking negotiate, because she's like, well, there's only so many drinks she can sell. There's only so much time left. It's 2 a.m. We about to close up. Okay, better get something or leave with nothing. That's what Mama-san knows. She's smart enough to know that at this particular time, nigga, it's a price surge. Now the price is less. Okay. So yeah, you're going to get bar fine, but now the bar fine is $25. Whereas at 10 o'clock p.m., when the motherfuckers start opening up, or at 5:30 p.m., the bar fine was $75. That's an example of knowing how to price based on timing in the economy. So she wants dudes to not pay or ask for discounts. I get it. I understand that. But a dude has you don't have a solid price. You have a price in your head, and you have a price that you're willing to pay, or you have a price that you're willing to be satisfied with. But if you're in this line of work, India Love, you do have to be willing to negotiate. Okay. Talk about the price is high. Yeah, the price is high. It's okay. You know, you in real estate, you might say a house was worth $750. By the time I hire an appraiser, the price is $550. What we gonna do? Just because you got a price in your head, an emotional price. And see, in real estate, a lot of people have an emotional price. And this is why, you know, a lot of people don't understand the purpose of real estate agents, because real estate agents can be kind of shisty. The reason why you need a real estate agent is because the real estate agent is not emotional about the price of the house. So that if you just go directly with the owner and say, well, I'm going to negotiate with the owner, the owner has an emotional investment. The owner is going to say, I've been in this house for 10 years. I put in a new kitchen, new cabinets. I remodeled and put in new floors. I put in a new bathroom. I did this. I painted that. I remodeled this. And therefore, even though the market says, and my neighbor sold for $625, I've been here for 10 years and I was the first in the neighborhood. And I put in a new landscaping. Therefore, you know, I want to recoup the cost of all my remodeling. And therefore, it's $750, despite the fact that my neighbor sold a comparable house for $650. Now, because they're emotional about it, I can't negotiate with them. They're eventually going to lose a possibility to sell at $680 because they're emotional about it and they want the $750. They want to get every dime they got back that they put into that house. Well, that's not how it works. Because market, timing, all right, seller's market, buyer's market. So now you use an intermediary, a person to negotiate on your behalf that's less than emotional about it. This is why then in this industry, you got too many renegades. You would have a pimp, right, to negotiate on her behalf. Okay, you would have somebody, a manager, negotiate on her behalf because she's emotional about her punani. She's emotional about her marriage. This is why there's arranged marriages. This is why you have people that had arranged marriages, because if you left it up to the woman, she's going to be like, no, I want this and I want Superman. But then I come in and say, well, baby, he going to give us 3 pigs. He giving us 3 pigs. We hungry. It's winter time. All 3 of our other pigs died. We need pigs. We don't have time to grow new pigs. Okay. So, bitch, we hungry, nigga. We need bacon. We need ham. We need all of this shit. We need no motherfucking pig innards and intestines. We need to heat eye on the hog. at some particular point, marketplace and emotions don't match. So you telling me what the price of the box is, but you ain't gonna sell nan pussy. You ain't gonna get nan deal. You got to take the emotion out of the box. You're going to be like, I want a man that's 6 foot tall and he going to do this and he going to do that. He going to get down on one bit of knee. He going to do, baby, that's what emotional is saying. Your emotions are saying that. You need a manager. Where your daddy at? Where your reverend at? He need to get into here and have a negotiation. So this is what's here. They're asking for discount. No, we're not. We're negotiating because men are in love. Women are in business. Unfortunately, you have far too many people that are going to follow her path. She's very influential with younger women. She's very influential with younger women. These are the same as these rappers out here, Sexy Red and Icy Spicy and you name it, all of these Glorillaz. They're encouraging these women to get into this marketplace where they have a little bit of control, way more control. But what'll happen is they won't actually make good deals. And then they're going to end up with nothing to show for it down the line and then just victimizing themselves. Oh, I'm victimized. I got taken advantage of. These men were preying on me. When they made all the decisions to do it and they had all the fun and smoked all up of the weed and drank about Cassie's another prime example of this type of thing. Cassie went out here and made a pure decision to leave one older man, Ryan Leslie, to go with another older man, Diddy, and stayed there for 10 years and then came out the victim on the other end when she had nothing to show for it other than getting her pussy blown out and herpes or vagina, whatever she had. This is a prime example. Cassie ended up with nothing and then seeing Diddy tricking on Young Miami. Seeing Diddy have a baby with a whole Asian woman in Orange County. And she came up 10 years empty-handed. No marriage, no kids, nothing but a blown out vagina. And she had to go sue the nigga and put him in jail to get $30 million. Like, that's because they're mismanaging their pussy. And then when it crashes, then they don't want to give discounts. When they crash at 40, then they want to say, I'm looking for a mature guy, a stable guy.
And that's you.
It's a disaster, bro. So you got to know where to play the game. No matter how you're dealing with them, you can't avoid this. Okay. I don't care if you get in a relationship. I don't care if you meet a church woman. I don't care if you out here on the marketplace at the JUCO. You're all negotiating these deals because men are in love, women are in business. You got to know that going in. Even when they say they're not, you will find a woman basically will say the same damn thing that I said, and then she will deny it when I say it. But then I play her back, and that's exactly what she said. Tia Mari graduated from her marriage. Then she out here crying, looking for love. Fumbling the bag, 2-time divorcee. She still got value. She does. There's some value for her, for a certain guy. Some, not so much value. Okay. So be prepared to play this game. Be prepared to play this game. They gonna end up, what did I show you about that woman, the escort? She ended up finding a guy. But none of those guys would be the guy that she would have let fuck for a fee or let hit for free. Like it's a whole game.
And that's you.
It's a whole silly ass game out here. Let's do all the super chats and get out of here. It's 1 o'clock here. I'm going to take a nap and then hit the nightlife. Here in Hong Kong, Callie West says, Hot Girls Want It showed in real time these hoes start early and end up going back to their boyfriends. Talking about deleters, I used to have a light-skinned chick come over with some good poom poom. She knifed a man she cheated with because he was beating up her man. She's free and he's dead. Wow.
And that's
so
you.
That was a woman that you said there's you knew a woman that is a murderer. You guys, we all gonna find one. But Hot Girls Want It was one of these documentaries that showed that these women, again, once a woman turns 18, I know people still want to say they're kids, but women get hot in the ass. When they get hot in the ass and they feel grown, they will do things, but they're going to do things that later they say somebody victimized them. But watch the documentary Hot Girls Want It. It just shows the women that got into the adult industry. They all came from smaller towns. They all had big dreams of being millionaire porn stars. And they went down there and you saw how bad it got. And then when they got washed, they was back with their boyfriend. I mean, it was a cold reality. And their boyfriend had to wrestle with the fact that his girlfriend, despite the fact that he told her not to go down there, don't go down there, it ain't gonna work out. She was like, you can't tell me nothing. Hot in the ass, thinking about the money and the fame. This is before OnlyFans, went down there and they started making her like throw up, her own throw up. Because the first couple of scenes was easy money. You know, it's a system. Okay. It's a system. They know how to get you in. They'll be like, oh, this is going to be easy. You're going to have a romantic scene. It's going to be intimate. It's going to be easy peasy. It's going to be an easy scene, some amateur shit. It's going to be some bang bras. It's going to be pull up to the bus stop, get a little scene. The girl's like, I'm fuck anyway. So, you know, I've been fucking, I'm like, she's been fucking since high school. So this is going to be an easy layup. And then they go down there, first couple of scenes, they get $500 to do an intimate scene in the hotel room. They like, cool. Then the next booking, they're like, all right, it's going to be a double penetration. We going to have two niggas come in there and they going to put one in the Duke shoe, one in the vagina. You good? They going to be like, oh, that's kind of out of my wheelhouse. I just wanted to play with myself and have a lesbian scene. This scene is a little bit extreme. This is past lesbian scene. This is past a little bit of girls kissing each other and sucking on each other's titties. All right, this is past a little intimate sex in the laundry room. Now all of a sudden you want me to get double penetration and the train ran on me. I don't know. Just do it, man. It's $1,000. You want the booking, bitch? You gonna be broke? Okay, she'll take the deal. She'll take the deal, and one nigga will run up her Duke shoe, have her bleeding, and have her shitting through her hemorrhoids, bleeding out the asshole. Then the next scene, they're going to be like, all right, we doing a humiliation scene right here. We're going to tie your hands back to the wall, and this nigga going to jam his ramrod through the back of your throat and have you throw up on his, yeah, it's a special niche. It's a special niche. You know, it's a little bit, don't worry about it. You know what I mean? You will clean you up and we'll give you something to calm your stomach. And he going to violate your throat and tonsils, and he going to ski in the back of your throat, and you're going to swallow it and throw it up, and you're going to lick the throw up. And see how this seems kind of extreme. $2,000. All right. You're going to get $2,000 for this scene. Now, by that time, they're going to do the scene one time. They're going to be like, all right, we're going to do it. I'm going to take the money. $2,000. I ain't going to turn it down. I'm getting $2,000 a day. She going to do that scene, and she going to be done. All that Alka-Seltzer and Tums ain't gonna help her in her throat. She gonna have strep throat. Go watch it, bro. Go watch it. Go watch that series. Hot Girls Want It on Netflix. And then guess what they do? They go back to their boyfriends, humiliated, throttled, sweaty. They come back all hair sweated out. All right, tail tucked, ears pinned back, tail tucked between their legs. And they come back, they done made $6,500 total in 6 weeks. They got hemorrhoids, herpes, gonorrhea in the throat. All right. They got mascara running day in tears. They got therapy. And the videos still live until forever. Those videos live forever. So now when they're 30, somebody gonna find that video. When their kids grow up, somebody gonna find that video. Somebody gonna come up, is this your mama? When she was 19? And now she got to relive that shit over and over again. She gonna be like, petition to take it off the internet. Too late. Now your mom licking throw up and getting her tonsils ran. And she gonna be like, oh man, that was when I was 18 and I was struggling. She then came home with $6,500 in 6 weeks. Gone, money gone, 40% to Uncle Sam, money gone. Now she at a junior college and I'm walking up to her and I'm like, my friends tell me you were in porn. Yeah, it was a time in my life. It was humiliating and I'm just looking for a boyfriend and I'm looking for a guy that doesn't care about my past. Go look at the documentary, bro. It's mind blowing. And her boyfriend going to be sitting there not knowing what to do or what to say. Her boyfriend going to be like, damn, I love her, but this bitch was getting ran up her Duke shoe by niggas with 8 inches and 12 inches. He's like trying to figure out why the love of his life, he really loved her, why she done got washed out and she got trauma and depression, and he loves her. He said, what's the name of the documentary? I done said it like 58 times. Hot Girls Wanted on Netflix. I don't know if it's on Netflix anymore, but you could probably find it on the internet. Hot Girls Wanted is the documentary. And they showed that they had a girl that did it. It was a white girl. She was the manager. She was the recruiter. She was recruiting these girls off the internet, off MySpace and Facebook. And it was a tall, blonde flatback. And she was the recruiter recruiting these girls. So it's women recruiting the girls. Now the girl worked for another guy's. She was a manager, a mama san, a pimp, but she worked for the other people who recorded. And she was in the industry for a little bit. She got washed out, and now she the manager. And she recruit the girls off the internet, promise them and all this and that. Man, it's an evil ass world out here, bro. Basically, there's no victims, there's volunteers. There's no victims, it's only volunteers out here. But they're gonna be in therapy and talking about they went through a tough time and trauma. They went through a lot. Whew. Shout out to our brother Ghost J, says thanks, coach. Graduate game right here. Be ready. We on a graduate level out here. This is not the incel game y'all niggas is getting. He says, I have too many girls exactly living this exact story in LA. Dude, Los Angeles is like that. If you meet a girl that's hot and gorgeous in Los Angeles, she's been through this. You can forget it. Los Angeles, Miami, Las Vegas. If she's good looking, exotic, they did it. Sorry, nigga. Sorry to burst your bubble. They did not avoid it. Now, if she's regular, there's a half chance she went through it. Shout out to Lamont James. He says, you always say your future wives, and it triggers these young guys. Lewis Hamilton is in a whirlwind romance with a skeezer with 4 kids by another man. He's worth $500 million. Sponsored by the New World Order, of course. New World Order. I just don't think we can avoid it. I don't think we can avoid it. You're stuck. This is your choices. Miles C says, your content is so relatable and real. I was talking to this flatback and I got her to expose that she's a bartender and she had a summer fling with an athlete of who visited her spot. Coach doesn't miss and never trust these women. Yeah. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about young ladies that have had flings with athletes or celebrities, or let's say a rich guy? How do you feel about that? I cannot tell you how to feel about that, but in certain areas, it's super common. In some areas, it's not as common. But even when the woman has done it, she's done it with a guy, an athlete that you might not even know. Right? She might mention some nigga and he a third string cornerback for the Bengals. And for you might be like, all right, and who this nigga? All right, he done been in the league. He had a cup of coffee. He played during the preseason for the Bengals and he washed out. He was good in college, maybe an all-American defensive back, and he played for the Bengals one year and she had a fling with the nigga. Like, does that bother you? Ask yourself that. Does that bother you? Now, for me, because I am at the JUCO level, it doesn't bother me as much over there because that's the type of women you're dealing with. Like, you can't avoid it. If you're going to be in the monetized dating marketplace and compete in that marketplace in any level, that's who you're competing against. And you're competing against a big fat 50-year-old nigga that owns a fucking oil rig in Midland, Texas, that didn't examine her guts. I mean, right? Big fat 380-pound nigga that she flies to for the weekend that tells her ass up. Like, it's never rarely going to be a regular handsome guy who's got his life together or can afford the JUCO. It's going to be guys that you'll just be like, damn, I got to follow that act. It is what it is. You do have to follow that act. Especially when she's young, hot, attractive. I don't care what you're dealing with. So it's the truth. But bartender, summer fling with an athlete. It happens. It happens. And when women say these guys do this and that, ask for a picture of said guy. This guy does that. I know a rich guy that does that. I know a guy that does. Give me. It's kind of like when I get these dudes that say I get it for free. Show me a picture of the girl. Show me the woman you're fucking for free. I have never had a guy show me the girl. I have yet, and I've been doing this for a long time, and I've had all these niggas jump over here and say that. Show me a picture of the girl. Same thing. When a woman says, I had this done and I had that done, and then a guy did this and he paid for that, and there was a rich guy that did this, and there was a rich guy that would just do this, and he didn't care who I fucked. Show me a picture of the guy. Show me a picture of him. Pull him up. Now, you don't have to show me his face. Show me his motherfucking body. Show me what he looked like. Show me what he looked like. I guarantee you, he don't look like me. Okay. But for me, I don't care about whoever the fuck you talking about. Okay, at the end of the day, because what'll happen is she'll compare him to you. She'll be like, well, he does this, so you should do that. No, nigga, he ain't me. He ain't the total package, nigga. He ain't handsome with a nice fucking gray ass beard with abdominals at 50. I guarantee you, nigga, he fat, sloppy, goofy, cockeyed, knock-kneed, and every now and then you get you an athlete, nigga, that come dumps on you and whatever. Whatever. And where he at? He probably married and got a whole girlfriend and a family and a roster full of hoes too. So where he at? All right, Christopher from Scottsdale says, my JUCO 24, when you met her, she turns 29 tomorrow. I'm 59. She turned it into a relationship and I gave her my direct deposit for her paycheck and she agreed. I managed the money. We're happy. She's half Latina and Polish. I'm content. And those relationships are out there. Those relationships are out there. Like I said, you guys got to run a tight ship. If a woman really was like, hey, coach, I'm about you. Okay. Direct deposit all your money. I manage your money. Listen, I don't want you worrying about any money, any bills. Okay, don't worry about that. Now, women will say they want this, but when you present that to them, they're going to clam the fuck up. Because in their mind, they're like, oh, you know, I don't trust you. Well, bitch, I don't trust you then. I don't trust you either. But they'll tell you, you can trust me and you can take my word for it. Okay, you can take my word for it. I'm going to take your money. What we're going to do is I'm going to handle your investments. You're going to put all of your money in a direct account, deposit in this account, not my personal account. You'll have your name on it. But you're going to have to withdraw money. You're going to have my permission. Then I'm going to invest X amount of money into X amount of whatever this is. And then if we break up, shout out to our brother, Mr. Inquisitive. If we break up, you get half of what's in this investment account. They're going to run. They're going to run. They're not going to like that. They're going to freeze the fuck up. And I just gave y'all a major game. You know how many women I've offered that to? Because the women I typically offer that to are women that push me. All right, they push me. I want something real. I want something this and that. And they're kind of JUCO oriented. I want this and I want that and I want this. And okay, I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you. But this is what you're going to do. Okay? Because you're going to keep your job, right? You're going to keep your other arrangements, right? Because they ain't going to tell you that. Oh, you going to kill those two? Yeah. Oh, no, they're not going to kill it. They're just bullshitting. They're bullshitting. They're bullshitting. Dude, you could have a regular woman and give her that offer today. That bitch going to run for the fucking hills. But they will then tell you, I want a man that provides. I want a man that does. Okay, I'm providing. You never have to worry about another bill. You don't have to worry about putting food on the table. You don't have to do anything. Just fuck me, feed me, and I'll take you out. Just do that. Them bitches gonna run for the hills. And I'm like, dude, what do these women want? You know what they want? They want you to be traditional and them to be progressive. They want them to be independent and you to be handcuffed. They don't want to share in the handcuffing. They want to be free to do what they want to do and come and go, but you sitting on the fucking shelf in the mantle waiting for these bitches to come back from doing what they doing. At the end of the day, bitch, you free, I'm free. I pay you the exit fee. I pay you to get the fuck out of my hair when we done. But don't then try to change the terms to benefit you, and then I'm over here stuck and hamstrung. Same thing as they want to be out here going, hey, you know what? Since you sleeping around, coach, I want to be able to sleep around. Now, why the fuck would I engage in a relationship with you where I'm contributing to your life, but you free to fuck somebody else? But in their mind, they're going to ask you for this. And what they hope is that you take the deal. Okay. You got to understand this about women. Women are going to ask you something for it because it's right. They're going to ask you for something to see if you do it. I just gave y'all a bar. Write this down. Women are not going to ask you for something because it's right. They're going to ask you for something to see if you take the fucking deal. If you take the fucking deal, they like, all right, cool. He took that deal. He a dumbass to take that deal. I got the better of that deal, but fuck that nigga. I got what I wanted, and I won the deal, and he took it. Not because it's right, not because it's even right in her mind. Because a woman will ask you to buy her a fucking car. She knows she ain't gonna get another nigga to buy her a car. But as long as she asks you and keep asking you for it, and you finally say, well, all right, fuck it. You keep asking me here, and you buy a car, not because she deserved the car, it's because she kept asking for it and you fucking relented. And she said, hey, he bought me a car. She ain't gonna say I got over on the nigga. She was just gonna be like, hey, I kept asking and he finally gave it to me and I deserved it. They don't give a fuck about you taking the bad fucking deal. But when I push back on them, I will tell them I ain't about to take no damn L here. So what you're going to do is direct deposit into my, you want to live with me? You want to have a relationship? You want me to do X, Y, and Z? You want to progress to a real relationship? Direct deposit your money into this bank account. I'm going to get almost all of them to back off of wanting a relationship with me. That's the whole point. I'm not getting her to do it. If she does it, she does it. She a down ass bitch. But there ain't that many down ass bitches out here. They bitches out here trying to run and do whatever they want. But I'm doing it to call her bluff. Oh, you really don't want a relationship? Oh, that's not what a relationship is. That's what a relationship is to me. This is what you're going to do. And then they going to run for the fucking hills. Okay, bye. And I'm going to be sleeping in some new younger pussy the next day. All right. I don't get it. But shout out to our brother Christopher here. Stop. Know what your worth is. Christopher, by the way, that's a co-sponsorship. We're going to give you a sponsor, co-sponsor today. A man supporting man says, does the boyfriend husband get to do her like the Prawn Stars did? The answer is no. What you will find, he says, would you ever try to find a girlfriend outside of JUCO? Never. There's no point. What's the point of a girlfriend at 50? Now I have a girlfriend. I'll have a bottom bitch. I'll have a primary. I'll have a woman that, but she gonna have to be bisexual. She gonna have to bring me bitches to fuck. She gonna have to bring me bitches to fuck with her. Like, nah, there's no point. All right. So I'm too old for this shit for a girlfriend. She gonna be bisexual. She gonna be a bitch that bring bitches to me. She gonna be a bitch that has orgies and trains with me. She gonna have to get her friends to come fuck me. That type of shit. All right. And her fucking paycheck. Like, and she gonna have her own place and apartment. And if the bitch take another dick, all right, she's single. Like, I'm too old, nigga. I'm too old for this fucking shit. All right, she gonna have her own fucking house. All right, all that shit. All right, but for you young niggas, maybe you're not there yet, but that's where I'm at. All right, so a man supporting man says that the boyfriend, dude, I had that situation with a woman who wanted a relationship with me, but she engaged in a lifestyle that was extreme. And I told her, and I said, well, everything you've done with these other guys, you got to do for me. Like, she had done some parties, some sex parties. She had done some, threesomes with her friend. And she was like, but it's different. I was like, see you later. She was like, it's different. She saw me different, not deserving what those other guys had with her friends, 3 friends sucking dick on the guy. I was like, there's a picture with you and 2 of your friends sucking dick All right. She was like, yeah, but I don't want to do that. I'm embarrassed. I don't want my friend to be a part of that. I don't want my friends to steal you. Okay. Next. You see what I'm saying? That's what a man supporting men is saying. The boyfriend and the relationship guy ain't going to get that part. But he going to be reminded that she's done that by her. She's going to remind him. She's going to bring it up. You're going to see it in her past. You're going to hear about it. But you're going to be like, why she ain't do that to me? Why she didn't do that to me? And she's going to say, but I see you as different. And I was in a different style of my life. And I don't want to do that no more. I don't care. I don't care if you don't want to do that no more. Bitch, you doing it. You did it to him. You doing it to me. Everything you did to that nigga, you doing to me. But she going to be like, I don't want to do that. I look at you as special. I want to be intimate and romantic. That was a terrible time of my life. I was in a dark place. Well, let me turn off the lights. Click. You in the dark place again. Where your friends at? All right. I'm going to have all 2-3 of your friends out here, and I'm going to baptize my dick on your forehead. All right. We in a dark place. Watch this. Hold up. It's dark. All right. We in the dark place again now, bitch. Now, was it this dark? I don't know what you want. But now we're here. All right. So get your 2 friends and bring their ass over here. Shout out to our brother. We gonna wrap this up. It's late. Shout out to our brother Paris Francais. Says just showing support. Thanks for the bars. Thank you, sir. Paris Francais. Oh, PayPal needs some love. That's who's really pissed off right now. Okay. Is this dark enough? Because I'll show you. Shout out to our brother Vizito says, if you want this to link to watch any movies you suggest, they can download instead of stream services, which may be full of ads for hot girls wanted. I'm not sure what that link is, but I can't share links. Caitlin says women choose to have sex outside of marriage in the relationship because they don't want to be controlled. That's the real reason. Was that in today's world, you just don't want women don't want to be controlled. Okay. When you know that, you can deal with that. Okay. I know women don't want to be controlled, so I can play that to my favor, but only because I have leverage. Whatever leverage you have, you can play it to their favor. My leverage tends to be finances. All right. So I can play it to my favor. Whereas your leverage tends to be maybe looks, mouthpiece game, whatever that is, whatever that leverage is temporarily, you can use it. But when you're in love, forget it. You want love, you're cooked out here. All right. You're going to have to deal with the one woman. You're going to have to settle. You're going to have to settle for the woman that matches that energy at that time in her life. Now, you better do a Bruce Wayne motherfucking file pull on her. Pull her file. If you don't pull a woman's file that you're in a relationship with in 2026 that is older than 25, it's your fucking ass. In 2025, she's older than, in 2026, the year of our Lord, and she's over 25, and you don't pull that woman's file, meaning ask hard questions. Why did you have a child by that guy? Who is the guy? Is he still involved in the kid's life? Does he pay child support? Pull her motherfucking file. Who is he? What's his name? What's your first name? What's your last name? Pull her fucking criminal support. See how many car motherfucking moving violations she got. See if she ever been evicted. Check her Instagram, her Snapchat. Google her motherfucking name. Ask for her damn name and see for what her name is. It could be motherfucking cumguzzler.com and see if she on that shit. Peruse all the sugar dating apps, all of that. Get her all her dating apps and profiles. Give me that shit. Give me the location. What's your location? What's your address? Give me your damn zip code. What was the last 3 addresses you lived at? Who do you live with? Go see her shit. Go see where the fuck she live at. Nigga, don't just let her come to your crib. Go pull by her motherfucking crib one time and see what trailer she live in. Oh, I live with my mama. It's a whole nigga over there. It's a whole nigga over there. Pull her goddamn divorce history, all of that shit. Credit report. Nigga, I put all of this shit in 52 things. 52 things all men should do. Check her fucking Cash App. Let me see your Cash App. Who this nigga right here paid you $400? Who this? Who is this nigga paid you $400? Check her Uber. Check her Uber motherfucking Eats. All of that. Check her medical history. See if she on psych meds. She tell you she got a little depression and stress. She got some anxiety. Check her fucking head meds. Her motherfucking dispensary bill. All of that shit. Pull her fucking receipts, nigga. That's if you in love with her. That's only if you in love. That's only if you're in love. All right. That's only if she trying to get you into a relationship. If you just fucking on her, don't worry about it. I'm just fucking on her. I'm just hooking up. Send me in a situationship. Only when she progresses to relationship. I want something real. Go check that shit. Check her Chat GPT. Pull your Chat GPT up. Let me see that shit. Check her Claude. All of that. See what the fuck, dude. I'm telling you, most of you guys, the women that are pushing for relationships with you, they are cooked, nigga, if you do this investigation on you. Matter of fact, just asking her for this investigation, she gonna run for the hills 8 out of 10 chance. She gonna run for the hills. When she talks about vacation, she'll be like, oh, I've been to Europe and I went to Japan. When she started talking that shit, ask her who she went with. Oh, who did you go with? Because we get nervous and we don't want to ask her. Oh, who did you go with? Oh, I went with my father, my parents. Show me a picture of you and your father and parent at Japan. Show me the motherfucking shit. When you went to Dubai, who did you go with? Oh, I went with my family. Show me. Show me a picture of you and your family. Now, what's going to happen is a woman that wants you to trust her is going to clam the fuck up when you ask them these questions. Who hurt you? Why are you so bitter? Have you been traumatized? Yeah, bitch, I've been traumatized. Show me. Show me you and your goddamn father in Dubai riding jet skis and shit. I want to see it. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to catch their ass in a goddamn lie, and she going to figure out she going to have to cut bait. You catch her in 1, 2, or 3 of these lies, she going to have to cut bait. She going to disappear on you, ghost, and she going to say, because you don't trust me. No, it ain't. It's because I didn't caught your ass in a motherfucking lie. That's why. And by the way, just so the people that are listening, in my opinion, there's no woman that can get by me clean and scot-free. Zero. I don't think there's a woman alive on the planet that can get past CGA investigations. Not one. I'm going to find something in your file. Look at these bitches shaking and scared right now. So if you start pushing relationship to me, believe me, I'm going to pull your motherfucking file. There ain't and these content creators, I'm going to pull their file too. There ain't one woman on earth, I don't believe so, that can pass the CGA investigation sniff test for a relationship. That's why I'm telling these motherfuckers, man, you're going to be my bottom bitch. You're going to be my primary. They're going to be other, and you're going to bring me bitches, and you're going to put your shit in my bank account. Let me pull your credit up. Let me look at your bank statements. Let me look at your motherfucking rent. Let me see who you paying rent. Let me see who the last nigga to pay rent. Let me see. Let me see this shit, bro. There ain't no bitch alive. There ain't no woman alive, nigga, that can pass this test. Ain't a woman alive. I ain't even fucking with you, bro. He said, ain't a woman alive. Where you at? Where the women at? Y'all, none of y'all can pass the test. Don't let me get into who you done dated and who you done fucked out here. Don't let me get to that. I ain't even can get to that. Let me see your cell phone. Let me see your WhatsApp. Let me see your Telegram. Let me see this shit, bro. Let me see your photos. Your head, man, they cooked. So niggas asking me about some relationship. 50 plus. Man, stop, bro. Stop. Only person I'm gonna be in with is a woman that's gonna be a skeezer that got my back for at least 38 motherfucking days. That's it. Then she start acting up, next one up. These bitches will fall down the run. One minute they singing my praises. Next day out of an investigation on their ass and they cook. Why you got 3 DUIs in 3 states? Dude, I met this wonderful black woman. I pulled her file, nigga. I was like, bruh. I pull her file. And I will pull all your files, lady. If you push relationship to me or allowance or any of these fucking things y'all think, I pull her file, nigga. I said, damn. She had 3 DUIs, 3 separate states. And that wasn't even the beginning, nigga. She had like, it was like, hold on for a second. Is this still on my laptop? She had 38 pages. She was 32 years old. She had 32 pages. I was scrolling like this. Beautiful black woman. Nigga, I was like, what? Misdemeanor, 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 moving violation, nigga. She had so many tickets. She had failure to appear in court, nigga. She had a loitering in the casino, nigga. I was like, God damn. Man, I said, Jesus Christ. Jesus. My man said, what? She a waste of conversation? Nigga, the show is over, bro. Can we talk about something more productive? The show is over, nigga. This is overtime. I'm bullshitting, nigga. If you taking this show seriously, I don't know what the fuck you talk about. Hey, bro. Man, I said, yeah. Why don't you go to Planned Parenthood, pull up her medical record, see how many abortions she had. I'm going to tell you, man. I'm going to tell you. Another beautiful sister I was dating, if you call it. She had to say she had an abortion at 16. I was like, damn. Damn, bro. She was like, damn, I shouldn't tell you this because it's going to make you feel different about how, it's going to make you feel different about me. And she was like, yep. I met this dude. I was this and that. When I was 16, I got knocked up and I had an early termination pregnancy. I said, shit, ghost babies. I was like, I'm out, bro. There's no, yeah. You're out of the running for a relationship. Now we can fix his binds and I can still fuck on you and shit like that. And we can still be cool. We can go on dates. We can do all that shit. But putting relationship, what do you call it? Putting relationship barriers around me, it's over. That's not gonna happen. You're not getting that. You don't qualify for that. But we can still fuck. I can still give you a little bit of here and there and pay some gas money and shit and still hang out and we could go on dates and look cool and shit. We can do all that. All right. But you ain't ever getting a relationship out of me. Not at this point in my life. Now, you goofy ass young niggas, y'all can still overlook goofy ass shit like this and think y'all gonna win. But me, I'm too old for that shit. All right. I got nothing. I ain't that lonely. I'm not that lonely. As Black Ram through Round 3 says, we can be casual and occasional. We good for casual and occasional. All right. That I'll associate with you. We'll hang out. I don't give a fuck about your kids or none of that shit. When you get in a bind and repo man looking for your car, don't call me, bitch. Drop off some pussy and that's about it. All right, but and then when you say you got options, I'd be like, go get them. I got options. Go get them, nigga. Go jump on their dick like a pogo stick. All right, go eat a dick up till you hiccup. As far as I'm concerned, that has nothing to do with me. All right, you go do whatever the fuck you want to do out here. Just don't bring me no motherfucking rotten pussy and no herpes on your lips. All right, that's all I'm gonna ask for, nigga. Let me get in where I fit in and let me use you up, nigga, and send you back home to your motherfucking squalor. But as far as anything else, that ain't nah, bitch. All right. Do whatever the fuck you want. Me on the other hand, I'm fixing to do me. All right, I'm gonna do me and be happy like a motherfucker. You might be able to get a trip or a vacation out of me or something. All right, but in terms of anything else, seriously, no. All right, I'll come to your wedding. I had a woman tell me she was gonna be my JUCO. Then she was gonna get married. She said, "You gonna come to my wedding?" I said, "God damn, nigga, I can't, bro.
Straight jacket.
I can't with these women." She's like 26. She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this a little bit, and we can do this, and you can be this." And then she's like, "Eventually, I'm gonna marry around 33." She's like, "You gonna come to my wedding?" I was like, "Lord, Jesus,
Lord have mercy."
We came, bro. I can't take y'all seriously, ladies. He said, "Sugar daddy's at the wedding," and imagine, and she was serious. She was like, "Yeah, come to my wedding, bring a gift." And I'm like, "What you gonna tell your husband? What you gonna tell him? Who this nigga right here? Who this nigga on this nag? Who is this nigga on this nag?" And I'm gonna be sitting there, a nigga on a nag. He gonna be looking, "Why you got this old nigga on this nag at my wedding?" "Oh, he got this. He's just a friend of mine." You say he's a special friend. He's a special friend. All right, he been here. He supported me. You know, he was there for me when I was in a dark place. This type of shit.
I just want to say thanks. I'm glad you came along. Partner, I want to sing a song just for you. 'Cause you're my special friend. You're my special friend.
All right, peace and chicken grease, man. Love y'all. Thank you for the support. Peace.
And you're in the Desert Storm bunker with Hollywood CGA.
Yeah. Legends ain't born, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Hey, yeah, we going hard and leaving it all on the floor. Legends ain't born, they built from the grind. From benches to banners, we sharpen the mind. We sharpen the sword and promise and swore that we going hard and leaving it all on the floor.